Laredo, take us out.
Take her out.
Every Friday night, join the fun and let's go off-world. Geek out! Cause live where the nerdiness will thrive. Buckle up and let's go off-world. Toys, comics, pop culture news, movies and so much more. Matthew, Jesse, Curtis and Sean are your guides on this fun-filled tour. Blast off! Take flight each and every Friday night. Join the fun and let's go off-world. Let's go off-world. Let's go off-world. Hey, hey, hey. Let's go off-world tonight.
Hey everybody, it's time to kick the tires and light the fires because we're going off-world. I'm Joe G, rolling solo as the host of Off-World tonight because I got abandoned by the rest of my co-hosts. But fortunately, some of the coolest people around have agreed to join me so we can put on a show for you guys tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and not dilly-dally and start bringing people in. First up, the let's see, Blake, who is now officially the star of Off-World. How's it going, Blake?
Oh, it's going great. I wouldn't say I'm the star. I'd say the guy that kicks the tires and lights the fires is the star. That's what I'm saying.
That's what Curtis said, so we'll just go with that. It's fine.
Okay, yeah, we'll run it.
Yeah.
Hey, where is he?
He's on another show, Otherworld or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. He's spreading his big old Curtis love over to other shows for other people's enjoyment. But he's still in the chat checking it out. He misses us. You know he misses us.
He's bird dogging us then from a distance.
No, I think he genuinely misses us, and he's like, oh, I got to see them guys. Yeah, we love you.
Yeah. We love you.
All right, but next up we have Dusty. How's it going, man?
What's up, fellas?
We good.
We kick tires and light fires, and
I see you finally kicked Curtis out.
Curtis kicked himself out. That's not me. That's not me. I'd rather if he was here pushing. I had to learn how to push buttons just to do this, and I feel as the sidekick of the show that's above my pay grade. So we're gonna have to renegotiate after this. So
Robin has officially been promoted to Nightwing.
Yeah, and he don't like it. And last but not least for now, Big Greg.
Hey guys.
Oh, look at Greg.
What's going on, Greg?
Up to no good.
Well, just hanging out on a Friday, playing with myself.
Playing with yourself. That's that's a good way to do it.
That actually does just look like Greg, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Big old teddy bear.
Are you guys seeing something different?
No, you look completely normal.
I'm on the screen.
Yep. You're big and got something in your mouth, and you're holding yourself.
That's it.
That's how it tracks, and
it's like Agents Con flashbacks.
and Darla's cape's here.
Yeah, that's a dope cape, too. That is. Well,
so you're playing with yourself while yourself is wearing one of Darla's capes.
All right, on here.
That tracks.
Let's go ahead and dive into who's in the chat. So we got Michael Casper joining us. How's it going, Michael?
Casper.
and
Breaker.
Curtis Ackerman spying on us from other dimensions or something. Crom 316.
Semper Fi, brother.
Hell yeah. Twizzler 19 is here.
What up?
Not to be confused for Red Vines.
Right. Kent Pool.
What up, Camp Pool?
Camp Pool.
Carver
What up?
Customs.
Brian, what up?
The Lins.
Dave working, and I got to show it off.
What up, Dave?
I just got this from Dave.
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
It's this
Jinx.
ass t-shirt. Boom.
Is that the one that glows in the dark?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
That's pretty sick.
It is. It's awesome. So, if you guys like great t-shirts, freaking hit up Dave. It's awesome.
Does he sell those directly, or is that something through like Retro Rags or something, or what?
He sold it directly. Yeah.
Directly him. Awesome.
Yep.
So,
if you need one of those shirts, just reach out to our boy Dave Orkin.
Hell yeah. And there's the other Orkin. Steph, how's it going? Tuned in to see Curtis.
Huh. Well,
Sorry,
you're on the wrong channel.
Yeah,
Yes,
we love you,
Scuds
Steph, but
only in this
he
one.
ain't here. He left us hanging. So,
But you know what? He can't stay away. That's why he's in the chat while he's on the show.
right? He misses us.
To what
We
we're
know it.
doing.
Dude, that's like
So-
being on a date with your girl and being in another girl's DMs, man. That's just not cool.
Yeah, it's not cool. It's not cool. So Hank's with
Just
us.
know we're the main chick, not the side chicks.
That's
Right.
it. Oh, definitely. Definitely. We got Jen Siek, aka Lucky Sprinkles. Welcome, welcome. William Housted. Good evening, Joe and Guess. Well, good evening to you, William.
Good evening, William.
Benny, of
Good
course, jumping in. I see that profile picture, Benny. That don't look like you, dude.
Benny.
Yeah.
Benny switched it up. I like it.
Oh.
Here's Star Scream.
Benny bangs a bunch. We love that guy.
Hell yeah. And I think that catches us up. So, Brian says that Dave will be doing the KavarCon shirts for me as well.
Oh,
He
nice.
is indeed the shirt.
Oh, cool.
Right.
He's the shirt peddler.
Hell yeah.
He did our dang wizard shirts as well.
Oh, cool. Awesome. Awesome. I see Greg showing off a little bit there. He got that Kylab set that I missed the pre-order on. Thanks, Greg, for rubbing that in, buddy. So, yeah.
Hey, Greg, did you get yours from 5K? Because I have it on pre-order.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, great. Maybe I better go look again. Maybe I have to pay my second payment.
Yeah.
Greg was telling me the exact same story.
They actually check your email because they probably message you like, hey, do you want this? Do you want to pay your second payment?
Right on.
Nope, haven't
And
got
you
it.
said yes. Yes, you did.
Right away.
And I'm guessing that's what, Blake, you're doing right now?
I'm looking at it right now. I don't have a second payment. Bastard.
Bastards. All right.
Bastardos.
James Samudio jumping in. Hey, James.
Is it
All right. So, do we want to jump into pickups?
Sure.
You guys ready for that?
Sure, why not?
I'm let's see. All right, I'll go first just because that's how the layout is set up. Just for anybody who's curious, who's going to watch us stumble through this tonight, I literally learned how to push buttons yesterday. So, yeah.
We all did it with a class with Curtis.
Yeah, but it was late. I was tired. I actually forgot a lot of the stuff already. But I actually had some decent pickups this week. So, I'm a big fan of the old Star Wars video games. So I picked me up an HK-47 Funko Pop just because HK is
They still make those?
passenger around. Yeah, I guess so. I ordered it on Amazon. I have the Revan and Bastila 2-pack. They're like bobbleheads. They're not regular Funkos. I guess it's probably something to do with Disney, but
yeah,
it's, you can't can't be an Old Republic fan without paying some respect to HK47, the coolest.
Did Black
assassin
Series come out? Did Black Series make that yet or no?
I don't think so. I have it in the other. What's the other scale? The smaller
vintage. The
The
vintage.
3 3/4.
Yeah,
Vintage,
vintage
the vintage,
collection.
yeah.
I have a couple of them in vintage collection, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think HK47s hit the 6-inch yet, but they have hit the
Okay.
3 3/4.
When I was at the California meetup,
That's cool.
Well, yeah, I grabbed this 2-pack just because the
Yeah,
Jedi
that's
Knight
fun.
Revan, and HK, but he says violence isn't the question, or that
Ooh,
violence isn't the answer. The
So
answer
where
is
did
yes.
where did this come from, Joe?
Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, the old video game.
No, I mean the 2-pack. Where'd you pick that up?
Oh, it was when we went to the California Mythic meetup. It was at a game store there. I didn't even know that they made this.
Yeah, I didn't either. That's very interesting. I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
try to locate
that's
that
pretty
for
cool.
my son.
I was walking around the shop and I saw it just hanging on the shelf, and I was like, "What the hell is that? I got to get it." So,
Yeah, the
Yeah,
store
I
was
might
called the
I
Games
might have
Cafe.
to try to score that myself.
hell yeah, it's a dope set. I haven't
My
got
son's
around to
a
opening it
huge
yet, but I
Dark
will.
Revan fan.
Oh, yeah, Revan is awesome. Well, he's when you play the game. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
then next, I actually ordered these bookends, but they're going to go on my Legion shelves.
Oh, those
Nice.
are cool.
There we go. They're Lord of the Rings, but I thought they would look cool, on
Was
the
that called the
Legion shelves.
Argonath
So,
or something like that?
yeah. I had the box right here, and I don't know what I did.
Did somebody print them for you, or were they like
Oh,
a set
I
you could
ordered
buy off
these on
Amazon?
Yeah, I ordered these on Amazon. They were like $30.
Are they heavy? Are they
Yeah,
like polystone?
No, they're solid. I think they're cast, but they're
Those are cool.
solid. Yeah. So I just thought these would be a cool
Oh, I'm jealous of that.
to the display.
That's a cool dial.
Yeah. Yeah, those are gonna go on that probably
you
underneath their on shelf, So that was something fun that I picked up. And then last but not least, I ordered the Gold Dragon mount from Storm Collectibles, and I liked it so much I had to go back and get the silver one. So
I like that silver one a lot. That was really cool. I like the black
gold
too.
I like the gold better. It's like a richer color, shinier, but the silver's pretty dope. And I like the black saddle and stuff. So
The gold reminds me of Smog.
yeah, yeah.
That's a great sculpt on that head.
I got the orange one. Yeah, I got the orange, like the orange red.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were cool. It's just the metallic ones went on sale, and I was just like, I gotta pick up the metallic ones. So
Yeah, he's cool.
right, hell yeah. So that's it for me. You ready to go, Blake?
Yeah, not a lot. I think I showed. Well, I don't know what I showed because I've been on a couple shows, but I got this bad boy.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh yeah,
Love
nice.
him. That's the video game one, so he's a big boy. Because in Spider-Man 2, he's just a bigger character that way. So really cool. And he comes with an alternate head. If you want the traditional, you can do that. And the cool thing is you can take the tongue out, and it actually has a saliva pack you can put in there like aliens.
Oh,
that's
nice.
That's dope.
Cool.
And then he's got a symbiote arm if you want to do that.
Nice.
But he's
Vinny
cool.
says, "Hey Joe, don't they have those on sale at 5K Toys?" They do. They have like 5 colors, I think, still available. So if you're interested, they are on sale on 5K.
And then I finally built Bumblebee in the blockies.
Dope.
Oh no.
Oh, that looks sweet for a block figure.
Oh, these things are great. They're like, I know I've been kind of gushing about them, but I mean, they like move excellent.
Kinda.
Like well, a lot. It's my new thing. I mean,
Where do
they're
you pick
fun
those
because
up at, Blake?
a lot of the vendors got them right now. A lot of your comic stores are starting to get them in. Target, Walmart. I got them at my local comic book store called Cosmic Monkey, which is a pretty well-known cosmic. In fact, Cosmic Monkey here in Portland made it on the cover for the Spawn 300. That's how popular they are.
Damn.
And then got me a Scourge. He's
Oh,
awesome.
nice.
Yeah, they all light up.
Oh,
And I mean, for $14 to $19, not only are they really cool, they're made really well. They articulate really well. They go together. I think I showed you guys this one on another one, but this is Nemesis Prime, you know, and then Optimus. You shake them and they light up.
nice. Very
Everything opens up on them, and then I've got
No,
two
those are
more.
fun.
Two more I got to build. Mr. Mirage, can't wait to get him going. And the one I got today, they're doing the Transformers 1 series, so that really cool animated cartoon version, which I thought was really awesome.
It
So I
is really
found-
good.
Yeah. So I got Starscream.
nice.
So,
You were saying those aren't too expensive either, right?
no, they're not. Like my comic book store, you know, I have one of those things where you have a box of membership where you just like, you have to have like 5 titles. And so
Right.
they give me like, 10% off. So this thing was like $14.
Oh, that's,
That's
not bad.
No,
What's
and
the
they're,
Starscream run? It looks like it's a little bigger.
yeah, and it's real. I mean, these things are great. Look at the articulation on these things. I mean, they move just excellent. They move better than some of the 6-inch figures by Hasbro,
Right.
which is not good. I mean, that's that's cool for this, but
The
Yeah, so that's
Starscream
about-
looked like it was a little bigger. Is it a higher price point?
yeah, there's one called. It's either the Master or the Elite. I can't remember the name. There's 3 levels. This is the Classic class, which is about a 3 3/4. And then the Classic one is more like a 6-inch, full 6-inch scale. Yeah, and then they came out with this new box set of these little tiny ones. They're kind of like, they're really cool. And they're pretty neat. I'm pretty impressive. So I bought a box of those today because you got to buy the box and then you're guaranteed the whole set. So I did that. Yeah, I can show you Starscream again.
Since Starscream is asking.
Since Starscream wants to see it.
Yeah.
And the other thing is these boxes are just, I don't save a lot of boxes,
Mhm.
but they do such a good job. It's all this metallic foil,
Yeah, the foil sheen on there is cool.
right? I mean, look at that.
Yeah, I had a hard time getting rid of my YOLO Park boxes just because the packaging looks so good.
And they come on the regular sprues, right? And you pop them apart and they don't leave any marks, which is good. So whatever their format of, because some things you take off the sprues or take them off sprues, whatever, you got to shave them down. Not these. These things come off clean. They snap together and they stay together and they articulate and they light up. And where are you going to get that for under $20? I mean,
Right.
and it's fun building them. I think that's the key with this. Why I'm so excited is it gives me a little bit of fun and artistic, making something with my hands again. So it's kind of cool.
Right on. Awesome.
That's all I got.
That's all you got. Dusty, you ready?
Yeah, I can go. I don't have a lot, but I got a couple little things in the mail today just in time.
Yeah, we don't have a lot either, man. That's where we're at. Yeah.
So I got a couple of Geodraxus Glyos in from the new release from Spaced Out Creations.
Nice.
Nice.
Got their aqua blue. It's got little sparkles in it. Haven't opened that one yet. And then I got the Geodraxus Stealth, which is a clear.
Oh, that's cool.
That is really cool.
Looks like crystal.
Yeah. Yeah, it really does. It looks really good in person. It's real good and clear. It's not real cloudy.
What's really cool with those translucent, especially like the clear one, you could get those colored LED stands and set it on it. It'll glow that color.
So that's all I got. Just got a couple little Glyos.
Oh,
in there.
that's cool. I got to get some Glyos. I actually like that.
And these are kind of beefy for as little as they are. They're kind of thick.
Yeah, man. You know what they remind me of is the from Halo, the
Yeah.
Yeah.
the brutes from Halo.
Yeah.
Like
Hey
that
Joe,
one kind of.
what are you laughing at when I said that I need to get some now? I heard a chuckle coming out.
I
I
laugh
chuckled
because-
because do you have some, Greg?
I do. I have those little goblin, those little blue goblins.
Right. And that's why I'm laughing, because I knew you already you already had some.
Yeah, but Greg's worried because I think Greg's getting that vibe. He's going to go down the wormhole pretty fast, down that
Right.
rabbit hole.
All right, that's all you got, Dusty.
Yeah, that's it.
You ready, Greg? You want to show off some of your goblins? That's a Glios?
Yeah. I forgot what they're called. And then of course I got this set.
Nice.
Of course.
Oh,
I-
soft goods.
And,
Soft
and
goods.
I got Burn Ernie from Greg Schmimmerberger. We did a little trade for Mesco.
Who's
I
here?
hooked him up and
He's in the chat.
I got
Oh,
these
yeah,
out today,
there's
so I really, really like these guys. They're a lot of fun.
Right on.
Steph said those are called mortals.
Yes, that's it. That's what it is. Yep.
Yep.
They're fun.
Schmerb says they need that Kylap. Me too, Schmerb. I totally missed out on it. That's why Greg keeps showing it off over and over again, because he knows I missed the pre-order. The pain.
I just need my second whatever from 5K. They haven't sent it, but I guess that's when you're big Greg, you get stuff first like that, you know?
Mhm.
Come on.
Because you're big and everyone knows big Greg.
I give everybody a lot of love, man. That's all I am, man.
Right on. Is that all you got, Greg?
That's it, man. You know,
All right.
just-
Let's see if I can
that's
get
it.
this back to normal. No, that's not it. That's not it. There we go.
There you go.
Hey.
Love it.
It's
Oh,
like
man,
I
this
said,
is-
my first time
this is
pushing
really good.
buttons. Right on.
You know what I love about this set? You can make
Drag
three
drag
different
yourself over to the main
outfits.
position, top left. Bingo.
Did you have pants fingers there, Greg? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Hey, Trevor's popping in. How's it going, Trevor?
What's up, Trevor?
Hey,
We got G in the house too. And
Oh,
Schmerbs.
did I miss? I totally.
Yeah. G's in
I'll
the
pay
house.
double. He didn't say what for, but he said he'll pay double. So, no, I'm kidding. He said for the
And Terrence is in the house too.
Yeah, I bought.
Little G, what up, man?
We've had quite a few people popping in, right? Oh,
all I'm saying is, you know, everybody's home.
that's it.
While
Yeah,
every-
we're actually
while
doing
Curtis
pretty
is-
good.
while Curtis
tried
is visiting somewhere else, we got all
Yeah.
the views.
he tried to he keeps saying he's adding people to the list. You made a mistake, Curtis, man. You should have been here.
He
You
can't
just
block
made the list.
if he
Right.
if he blocks everybody off. That's everybody that comes every week.
I know, right?
He's gonna have no friends left.
That's it, man. Good stuff. Oh, Curtis is away and you did. Oh, let's see. Hold on. I might have made a mistake, actually. That's a good point. Good point.
Did you read that, Dusty? You're supposed
I'm
to.
sorry.
You need to read Terrence's last comment
Oh.
there.
Here, I'll pop it up.
Joe's on the demerit system. I can
That's
give him
it.
a little bit of crap.
Yeah, that was that last week? That was the main focus, was me messing up.
Yep.
So yeah. Pretty normal. I was pretty sick last week, actually. I had a real bad sinus infection. And then
Oh man,
and then
that's
Curtis
that's happening a lot.
yeah. It had to be from allergies because it hasn't been cold or anything here.
Yeah, no,
know.
it is. I've been getting them too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I started taking? What is this? Hold on, I'm gonna tell you exactly. I take
Y'all
it every
need to
day.
get some testosterone so y'all ain't so weak.
all over oregano. I've been taking all over oregano. Here's a plug
Good
right
stuff.
there.
Start. Oh, there you go. That stuff works really well.
This is really good.
You know what else is good? Hitting the gym. That's good for you too.
Oh man.
That'll boost that immune system.
Well, here you
And
got
he
to
doesn't
go with the
mean with your car,
negativity.
Greg. He means to actually go in the
Yeah,
gym and
yeah,
work
yeah.
out.
Here you guys go with the negativity.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm trying to lift you up and help you with your immune system. Put the power behind it.
Nah, you're absolutely right. Now that I've gained a couple pounds, I gotta start doing some more walking and moving around. I'm not
I
allergic
gained
to
a lot
that
of weight,
green.
but I think
Judge-
I gained weight because I turned 40. So
Well, in 2 months, pretty much, I was
40?
like a
You're
whole
still
month. I was on
young
the bed
guy.
rest.
Hey, Joe, guess
Well,
what I'm doing?
I'm 48, but what are you doing, Blake?
I'm going to
I'm
buy a
48
dragon.
now.
I'm going to buy a dragon. What color was that? Was that the silver one you have?
The silver one that I have, yeah.
It's only
I got-
$57.
Yeah, that's why I got it.
$57. What a bargain.
It's
I'm
only
not,
57.
I'm not saying anything about Big Bad Toy Store, but they were $100 on Big Bad Toy Store.
Yeah.
But I've been eyeballing them for a while, kind of like on the fence. I didn't know if they were worth $100, and then saw them on sale at $5K, and I was just like, I got to pull the trigger on that.
Hey,
And then,
Terrence,
so I
this
got
is micro ingredients. Sorry.
Well,
No.
you bought the silver one, right? The silver and the gold?
Yeah, I got the gold first, and I love the gold so much that I went back and got the silver one. So
Nice.
Well, I just own a silver one on its way right now. Because I'm going to put one of those black and white skellies on there, man. The graveyard skeletons riding it.
Yeah, the
hey,
skeletons
hey
are so
Curtis, you're the only one competing, buddy. You're on your own with that one.
There's no competition.
good.
There's no competition.
Off-road's reigning supreme.
Yep, we're just doing what we do. Hell yeah!
I think we have more viewers because Curtis isn't here.
Isn't here? Maybe.
That tracks.
Well, he's one of our viewers actually because he's watching this show.
He's probably watching it on like 4 different screens.
Right. Well, he's only got 2
Get our
monitors.
numbers
I
up.
know that for sure. So. All right.
No, we love Curtis when he's on.
We
other shows.
totally love Curtis. This is all just jokes, folks. This is what we do for fun.
Yeah.
Well-
It's all for the fun.
Hell yes.
No bronze terrence.
Let's see. Event Horizon. Boom. Do we got anything coming up that you guys are excited about?
Superman tickets just went on sale. How
Yeah.
excited is everybody
I'm
for that?
actually excited about that. That's very true.
From the clips, it looks really good. Like,
Yeah, I'm getting a little more excited about it each day. I think
yeah, right on.
it's
Awesome.
kind of on the fence because it kind of was like when I first saw him, I was like, man, he's kind of derpy looking for Superman, but
Right.
yeah, it's starting to grow on me. It's starting to grow on me.
Right on. It looks pretty action packed. I might want to be one of the more action looking Superman movies, you know.
Oh, and it's very comic bookish too. A lot of vehicles and
Nice.
And
yeah, it's going to be insane.
whoops, where did he go?
Hey, all I'm gonna say is that we got quite the viewers on here.
Yeah, we almost had another guest too, and when I clicked add to stage, he disappeared. So maybe he'll pop back on.
Compared to the
Learn your
to the
buttons,
other show
bro.
that's
Learn
on
your
at the same
buttons.
time right now, we got quite the viewers on this one.
Oh,
That's all I'm gonna say. You know,
you checking it out, Greg? Checking out the competition?
I might have put a thumbs down here and there.
Right. this one from Curtis. This is hilarious though, because he totally did that to us. He came on live at Mesquite.
That's jacked up.
When he went to sign off, he actually ended the stream on accident on us. Yeah. Freaking bugger.
I mean, that's the only way he can shut it down. You know what I mean?
Accident.
Oh yeah.
Accident.
We'll just go live in the cabal and still get more viewers.
In the cabal.
In the cabal.
I'm excited about 2 things, but that's going to be a little while. But the Spawn movie which I keep seeing more and more cuts on it, and they're actually filming it.
Dude,
There's Trevor.
Hey!
so
Testing my settings before I jumped in here, and I couldn't hear anything or
Tomac.
Oh, okay.
whatever.
I was wondering what was going on because I clicked add to screen and then you vanished and I was like, this is
I
not
was
good
like,
for
damn
my
it, they're
first
not
day.
going to hear me. Okay, never mind. I'll just
My first
couldn't
day
I
pushing
couldn't
buttons.
click out in time.
Right.
What's up, Trev?
What's up, guys? Curtis
Say Trevor.
free.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
That was,
it's a fun show now.
he bailed on us for another show.
Of course,
Nobody-
I miss him, of course. But,
Of course.
Uh-oh,
Hey,
you're
Trevor's
double
on.
dead.
We just broke 20 likes.
Double.
Hit that like button.
Double.
Yeah.
I love Curtis. He knows I love him.
Yeah, we love Curtis when he's on other shows.
Yeah.
I mean,
He had a chance to
every show.
to spread his infamy to a new audience. So
Oh man.
right.
Oh,
on.
where is he? What is he doing now? He's on another show? Is that what they're doing?
Yeah.
He's in another dimension.
Yeah.
Other dimensions or something like that.
Other dimensions. Wow.
Yeah, that dimension
So now
doesn't
now
get the
he's
same views
literally
as us.
taking
Wow.
over podcasts in other dimensions.
He's
Yeah.
gone from off-world to another dimension. Wow.
He's
That's
off.
it.
Yeah, off road.
He's gonna fold time next. He's just gonna it's just gonna be he's gonna bring it around and he's gonna meet himself on a podcast. It's just gonna be him and 4 other versions of him.
Yeah. You know what? That
All
I
with a
bet he
different
dreams
hairstyle.
about that. Like having himself as a co-host. I could totally see Curtis like the perfect stream. Me and me.
It's like me, myself, and Irene.
Right. He'll call it Curtis Quest.
That's right.
Don't they call it the me rebound? The me bound. What's that? The Angel Reese rebound.
So do you have any pickups this week, Trevor?
Oh, I wish I could show them to you because they're pretty cool, but I can't yet.
Cool.
Oh.
Do I?
Cool,
Trevor.
bro.
Nah, not really. I'm all the same stuff.
Z's. Same Z's.
Just these I picked up these awesome Carver Custom.
Ooh, those are awesome.
Nice.
Nice.
Turn on the light. There it
Hold
is.
on.
Well, I have to.
Let there be.
This is going to cost me $1.95 right here just to turn that online.
Right.
So
There we go. Click the wrong one. There we are.
that's the. Oh, sorry. There you go. Hang on, hold on.
I'm slow because this is my
There
first
goes
time
another
pushing
$1.95.
That's another 50 cents right there
it. Right.
to Brian Lynn.
Right on. Cool stuff. All right.
I did get this guy at 5 points. I went to 5 points with Bill. I met Bill
nice.
there. Met Bill
Right,
and
right.
Everett. And yeah, it's good. Good show.
I went Sunday. I didn't see that guy.
Bill was showing a bunch of those on Dorklair last night on the show.
Yeah, I was watching. Yep. I was watching today. I couldn't catch it last night. Last night I went to see The Empire Strikes Back live with an orchestra at
Oh, that's awesome.
Ooh.
Lincoln Center,
Nice.
which was pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Do they just don't play the soundtrack and just have them play the music live for it?
Yeah. It's all the the sound of the movie isn't great, but you can hear all the dialogue and the sounds and stuff like that. But yeah, they don't have the music in it, and they play the music live, and it's amazing.
Oh, wow.
It's as much fun to watch like the orchestra as it is to watch the movie. You know.
Sure.
That's cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. Awesome.
You really get a different appreciation for that soundtrack when you see
Oh yeah.
people playing it live.
Yeah. I mean, just hitting little like xylophone stuff, and it's like, oh yeah, that's back there. That's interesting. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's great.
Right on. Awesome. Well, we're doing our I don't know. I forget what the segment's called, but anything coming up that we're excited about.
Event Horizon.
Yeah, that's the one. How do you know better than me? Dang it.
Because he pays attention, Joe.
Yeah, I know. I don't.
Trevor watches the show. He's on here all the time, just usually in the chat.
I know. As much as I
Right.
can't do shows like every week, like Curtis, you know what I mean, or every day, like Curtis, I do watch them and I do pay attention. So
Right. Well, I'm here. I just don't pay attention, I guess. So,
yeah.
Oh, anything else for Event Horizon?
Event Horizon. I'm trying to think. What did you guys already talk about? I was listening, but I can't remember.
We touched on Superman.
movie, Spawn
wasn't
movie.
there was
Blake,
just
did you
another
finish your
trailer.
second one? You said you had two.
No, we were talking about Spawn, and I know
Yeah.
Dusty was going to say something.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that Spawn movie. I really hope it happens. I'll take anything over the original Spawn movie.
Who's going to be the star?
Well, it's happening. It's happening, and they're already filming it. So it's reality,
Yeah.
and it's
really?
being done by oh god,
Blumhouse, isn't it?
Blumhouse, which it's gonna. I mean, they're good at this stuff. So, and it's I'm trying to remember who's playing Spawn.
Jamie Foxx.
That's it. Yep, you got it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
So I
shit.
think, and then the second one I'm looking
And they're
forward
doing
to.
a lot of practical effects with his suit and chains too. There's a still shot of his chains moving around, floating around in the air, and they're all hooked up to wires and stuff. It looks really cool.
No, it's sick. And the Spawn, unlike the older movie, it looks really good. Like his costume, the character makeup. I mean, it looks like, Todd McFarlane said, I want this to be a dark evil. I don't want it to be like the kids want to go to it, per se. I want it to be like what I wrote the comic to be, what Spawn is. So I think it's going to be awesome. And they're putting little outtakes. If you get on Instagram or Facebook and spawnmovie.com, I believe it is, or under McFarlane page 2, he's been putting some stuff up there from the shooting of it. There's some really cool scenes already. They've done some still
That's
shots.
cool.
I mean,
I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen
And then
anything
the-
about this. Yeah.
Rob Zamora says it's Jimmy Fox, not Jamie Fox.
No, it's Jamie Foxx.
Sorry, I
And
thought
then the
that
other-
was funny.
And the other one is, which is just in its stages. It's going to be an Amazon series. It's going to be Warhammer with Henry Cavill.
Oh, yeah.
So-
That I'm looking forward to.
So
Please do it right. And if Cavill's got anything to do with it, it will be done right.
just
Yeah.
read a really long article about Cavill's. He's in charge of it. And he said the reason why they haven't started filming is because he's been working with Amazon saying it has to be this way. It has to be dark, gritty, violent. It has to be done the right way, or you're going to do an injustice to this potentially blockbuster show that they're going to have.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. You can't.
Ooh,
You can't.
Thomas Billetti's in the house too. Dang,
Yeah,
I
you
haven't seen
can't
him in
do
while.
a.
Have you guys seen the Warhammer Secret Level episode?
Yeah, that was so good.
Dude, that's what it needs to be right there. It just needs to be more of that. Give me
Yeah.
all of that.
Well, thank God Henry Cavill's in that because he's such a Warhammer freak since he was a kid. He's going to make that happen. He has a lot of influence. So I
Is he going to play a Space Marine in that?
think he's playing Titus.
Yeah, I was going
Really?
to say, I think it is Titus.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, he's going to play the main character. Come on.
Well,
Yeah.
I knew that,
He's
but
gonna
I
cast
you know,
himself. He's gonna.
I
He's
didn't
definitely
know
not going to play a Tyranid.
Right, right. And then Brian brings up Spaceballs too.
This is what
just
I was
saw
gonna
the
bring up.
trailer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
If it's not called The Quest for More Money, I don't know.
It's gotta be right. They gotta go with that.
Mhm. And he's like what 98 or something.
He'll be
Yeah,
90.
he's
I believe.
98. He's gonna come
Oh.
back
Yeah.
and play
Wow.
yogurt.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
He'll be walking
They don't-
on his knees again. And
They don't have
I
to
don't know
even put
about
the. They don't even have to put the makeup on him. He already looks like yogurt.
that. I think it's gonna be all CGI. Honestly, I think they're just gonna
Right.
film him sitting in his chair.
Right. So
God bless him. I hope it happens, man. And they're saying Rick Moranis said he'd come back for it. So
yeah,
saw
which
that.
is crazy.
I'm of mixed feelings about this. I don't know. Like I always think you should leave certain things alone.
have faith. Have faith.
Yeah, well, I mean, I heard
find your
History of
lack
the
of
World
faith disturbing.
Part 2. Was it Part 2 or History of the World Part 1? And History of the World Part 2, I started to watch the series, and it was okay. It got a little better, and people said it got better towards the end. So I'll have to go back and watch it. But it wasn't quite the same thing. But
Right.
Well, Lord knows Disney gave him plenty of stuff to make fun of. So
yeah, true enough. Yeah.
Yeah, I have hopes for those kind of stuff, but I think that's with everything nowadays. It's like you can't really get your hopes up. You just gotta hope for the best, you know. With anything, it's like we've been talking. Like Curtis and I've been doing little shows about Star Trek. You know, I freaking love Star Trek, but when you're a Star Trek fan from a certain era, you know, like things are just they're just not gonna do the same things that, you know, the stuff that you like. They can't.
No.
So, yeah. So, Bill Pullman's coming back too. Yeah.
And his son.
Right on. I wonder what they're gonna do with Barf. If they'll have somebody step in to play that role, or just leave it blank, or
it's hard to fill John Candy's shoes, period.
Oh,
I mean,
man,
you know,
absolutely.
like there's nobody like him anymore. I would have thought like Farley, what's his name?
Chris Farley.
Chris Farley could have been that person to be, but he's gone. Like we don't have any of those guys.
And even Farley was, I think, too high strung to pull off what Candy did. Candy had a way about him.
He was really subtle. Like SCTV was one of my favorite things on television, man. Like I used to watch, because we used to get like the Canadian Broadcasting Network or whatever, CBC? I don't know, CBC, I think. You know, and it was like on like late at night. I love, man, if you haven't watched SCTV, man, it's all those Rick Moranis and what's the guys from Jesus, American Pie, what's his name? The father.
The guy with the glasses.
Yeah, all those people, they all started there, man. It was an incredible cast. Yeah, John Candy was in there. It was amazing. It was great.
John Candy. Love John Candy.
Awesome.
That guy's awesome.
Yeah.
Uncle Buck.
Eugene Levy. Thank you, Rob. Yeah. Eugene Levy. Yep.
Right on. Yeah, no, that's awesome. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know. Those guys are all so funny. Even if I feel like even if maybe the plot isn't so great, or the jokes aren't as good as they once were, they have such humorous natures about them that they can still make it pretty darn entertaining.
It's weird. Like there's certain type of comedy just like changes over the years so much that like, and not in terms of like, okay, we can't do, you know, jokes that make fun of, you know, people, but it's a timing thing. Like that's such a slapsticky type of comedy that worked, I think, at that time, and I'm not sure if it works the same way. Like I don't know that you could do like a Caddyshack or a, you know what I mean, like that kind of stuff now and have it really work for people. I don't know.
Right.
The key element in Spaceballs though is just Lord Helmet being a complete and total dipshit.
Yeah.
So you just bring the dipshit back and the movie makes itself, you know.
Yeah.
If he plays with action figures again, I'll be happy.
Of course, you know they're going to have merchandise for sure. So.
Merchandise.
Nobody will see him playing with his dolls again, but we all know he will be.
Right.
I showed you guys my 6-scale Spaceballs, right? You guys have seen those?
No.
Oh,
I have, but that was a long time ago.
Okay, I'll go grab them. But we can keep moving.
Exclusive.
You saw it here first on OffWorld without Curtis.
Yeah, right.
That tracks.
Oh yeah, they're actually pretty dope. They're pretty awesome. So
Curtis is like the yogurt of OffWorld.
He actually just reminds me of yogurt, like plain yogurt without fruit in it.
But he doesn't eat yogurt.
We're watching YouTube,
Curtis, but nobody's watching you.
Oh, look at this. Spaceball.
Oh, wow.
The dolls.
Spaceball, the dolls. Nice.
Awesome.
Hey, Joe, let's begin.
Yeah.
No, I'll get them open and then you can come back. Keep going. It's gonna take a while.
Oh, okay.
Right. We didn't really have anything else.
Where did those come from, Curtis? I'm sorry, Trevor.
Oh my God. You're dead.
Wow.
Oof.
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 These are customs from a guy named Doggy Doc. He does a lot of like 1/6
Oh, okay. They're
customs.
customs.
Doggy
Yeah,
Doc? Oh, wow.
Doggy Doc. He's actually a veterinarian.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Does he do it stuff like on social media? Does he put
Holy
his custom?
crap.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wait, hold on,
And
hold
he's-
on, hold on.
Oh, sorry.
Let me try and read.
Big
Spaceballs
There
the
we go.
lunchbox.
Merchandise.
Oh wow. Wow.
And he's actually on his knees. So
Wow, that soft goods is nice.
Brilliant.
That's awesome.
Brilliant.
yeah, the soft goods are gorgeous. Everything is really beautifully done, man. It's a really nice set. He's got a
Wow.
little doll of him.
Oh man.
Is that my
That's
in art?
so good.
What's he say on the show when he talks for the little doll?
Oh, I forgot. Damn, I
Oh,
should know this. He's got the Spaceballs, the T-shirt.
Look at with a little hanger.
on a hanger.
He's
Great.
got Spaceballs, the lunchbox.
Oh, wow.
Hey, does it have the Transformers lunchbox sticker?
Yeah, I think so. That's it, right?
Yes,
Yep.
Brilliant. Yeah, it's
Yep. That's
it's
it.
the
Oh, wow, that's
Transformers
really
lunchbox.
cool.
Got Spaceballs
That's
over the top
awesome.
of it.
Awesome.
Spaceballs, the cereal. And
Brilliant.
Spaceballs, of course. Spaceballs, the flamethrower. A children's
Wow.
Children's store.
Nice.
Yep. Hell yeah.
So
That's
And
one
those
heck of a
are
custom.
great.
Accessories are dope. Yeah.
yeah, it's amazing. It's an incredible. I've got to get these up on the shelf. I had them in the box for a while. And
Yeah, 'cause I want to
So
say,
no Lord Helmet?
I
Oh,
had
yeah.
to have seen him over a year ago, right?
Oh.
You've
Yeah.
had him for a while. Yeah.
yeah, I've had them for a while. I'm in the process of putting everything away. So quick story: we're redoing our kitchen, and that involves plumbing. And my plumber had to reroute some plumbing from the upstairs bathroom that was over the kitchen to clean it up and make it neater and update it. This is 100-some-odd-year-old house. So there's a piece of the main sewage line that is old cast iron, right? And he's like, you really should replace this. And like, while we're doing this, you should replace it. I'm like, okay. But a good chunk of it is right over my collection area.
I'd be freaking out.
And I was losing my mind. I mean, I've already, like, shit is coming down from the ceilings over in that area. That's in the back area, but I still have like diodes and stuff over there. And I tinted everything with plastic like it was the ET scene when the government came out. It looked like the whole thing was just plastic everywhere. And that was a good thing because it was filthy, but I cleaned that all up. I think I vacuumed the back there like 4 times. But I was freaking out. So I got everything out of there, either put it in storage or in my garage. And they replaced it. It really wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it's very scary when somebody's opening up a sewer line. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, for
but
sure.
it's all good. And now it made me take some shelves down, like all my Marvel Legends stuff. And I'm like, you know what? The HVAC needs to be redone down here. So I'm going to like put everything away. I'm going to put everything away. I'm going to get the basement done and then have it finished. It was kind of the catalyst for that. So it was good.
Hey,
It was a very long story for that, but yeah, there you go.
No, that's
Oh,
awesome.
so-
It's
So when you do it, you're going to
springtime.
put different shelves?
No, I'll probably keep these shelves. I don't know. I don't know what I'll do. It's going to be a whole new world, but that's not going to be a whole new world for another year. So it's
It'd be cool to do like actual build-ins with sliding glass doors so you can keep the dust down and actually build them in if you're going to be done.
yeah. You know how much the HVAC is going to cost me there, Blake? The HVAC alone could crush my dreams of any kind of custom built-ins.
I just replaced mine in 2018 and it was $7,200.
Oh, really? The HVAC? Yeah.
And that's in Indiana, so I feel sorry for you.
Yeah. And I'm having all of the ductwork like ripped out and redone because it's a mess.
So you're talking like 20 G's. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yeesh.
That's a lot of toys.
Oh man, that's
my
so good.
goodness.
Oh, wow. That is freaking
And
cool.
that's a custom? Somebody just made that?
Oh man! Wow.
Oh wow.
I've got the glasses. I don't have the glasses on them. They're a little delicate, but it's a really good likeness too. Like it really looks like him. It's really, really
Wow.
I
That is
bet he
cool.
gives great
Especially with
helmet.
glasses on.
Does he light up too?
Does he light up? No.
Oh, I thought when you took the helmet off, there was like an LED at the top of his head or something.
No, it's
Just a
pump.
peg.
But he comes with this helmet, and he comes with the, of course, crushed helmet, and he's even got like the bashed face as well. So you could put the bashed face in there. It's all put away, but it's an incredible custom.
Sir, shouldn't you buckle up? Buckle this.
Yeah, and he's got all his little toys. Speaking of toys, he's got his little bar.
Yeah, that's so dope.
It's incredible.
God, that is really cool.
Did you see anything? No, sir. I did not see you playing with your dolls again, sir. Good.
I really want to do that shot. I just haven't had a chance to. I really want to do that.
You could have like an Imperial officer standing behind him, like looking over his shoulder or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, this comes with like so. I have Lone Star as well, and this comes with a whole oh God, this is wow. Okay, hang on a second.
Hey Curtis,
So
you
it
should
comes with
throw.
a USB plug-in of the twisted
Shorts.
Oh,
So
wow.
Oh,
you can
my
put the shorts
God, dude.
together, and
That's
yeah,
awesome.
Wow.
it's crazy.
And those were straight up customs.
Customs. Yeah.
Really impressive.
Mind blowing.
I wonder how many animals had to die while he was getting that done.
You know what? It doesn't matter. It was worth it.
Right. The great journey requires sacrifice.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Terrible. That is terrible. All right. You can unbiggen me. I'll get the other ones out later if you want to keep going.
Art by Ackerman would like to know if Lord Trevor is playing with his dolls again.
What's funny is Curtis is
What?
more into our show than his on the show that he's on.
I know. Is he actually on a show right now?
Yeah, he's on the show watching our show on the show.
Discussing our
Our
show,
show is
listening
where
to
it's
our
at.
show. Yeah. Or this show, not our show.
Probably complaining about our show. So
If this was a Porky's movie, Curtis is definitely in the peephole.
Oh no way.
See, Porky's, that's another one you couldn't make now. Porky's. Like, nobody would get
yeah.
They don't
Dude,
make
I was
10
actually
movies
shocked
like
I
that
found it
anymore.
on streaming on Amazon.
Porky's was that movie, like as a kid, like you wanted to sneak into the theater. I was too young to go see it myself. I think I was. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I watched that one with my brothers because they were quite a bit older than me, so they would rent movies that I shouldn't have been watching at my age.
Yeah.
I remember being very, very young and watching like First Blood and just being like, "Holy crap!" You know?
Yeah. Or you
Not-
check
not
the
really
TV.
thinking- Yeah.
You check the TV guide, and at 3 a.m. they were going to run Porky's on HBO, so you quietly sneak downstairs and turn the volume down.
Or you're trying to get the Playboy channel and you're hitting it because it's blurry, but you're still trying to get the static to come in because you're like, oh, I think I see something.
You had to dial the little dial like halfway through and kind of get a little bit of that.
On ours, we had the push button cable box. You remember that?
Yeah.
It had the flip dial that would get you to like the second row and the third row.
Yeah.
And I remember, pushing the porn channel and no channel next to it and flipping it back and forth real fast.
Trying to find the middle.
Trying to get that perfect balance.
Got to get it right in the middle so you can get a little bit.
And all of a sudden you hear, Blake? Ah! Yes, Mom. What are you doing? Looking for Star Wars.
Practicing my mantra.
That's right. I'm reading the Bible.
You weren't peeking through your fingers, Steph. Don't tell me you were peeking through your fingers.
Right on. Yeah, the good old days. It's funny how you don't like. I personally don't think of them in a modern thought process. There's a few movies. My girlfriend's 10 years younger than me, and go to watch the Revenge of the Nerds. I was like, oh, you got to watch this. This is awesome. And then some of those scenes, she's just looking at me like, what is wrong with you? I was like, when I was a kid,
Gen
this was
X, baby.
hilarious. This
Gen
was the
X.
best.
The Nerds is
Yeah.
great.
Oh,
man.
that is
Wow.
awesome.
Wait.
Get it. Blow that up. Oh my God. I love that one.
God, the likeness is perfect. Like,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, man. Like, who's gonna play him? Like, that's gonna be hard.
Dude,
Well, somebody
Trevor,
said,
how
like-
did you still have those in the box?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Oh my God, man.
Because Trevor's got a museum worth. They probably can't display it all.
Yeah, but you find room for that.
I do
I
have
feel
to
you.
find room for it. Well,
I feel
that's
your
kind of what
pain.
I'm evaluating at this point is like what's important and what's not. And so I've been going through stuff that I just like, I don't even,
Dude,
I
I'm doing that on
really
a.
like that
You just got to
movie.
get some shells with depth in them.
I've absolutely done that myself. I've cut down to where I'm only collecting like Legions, and I'm pretty much done with Transformers. So I mean, yeah, I'll pick up a random Transformer here and there, but
Nice.
Good.
God, that's amazing.
It's great. Look at that shirt.
And Glios. Don't forget Glios, Dusty.
All right, yeah, and an occasional Glios.
You
And
collect Joes?
that's more for just having something to piddle with,
Yeah.
other than. Well, we'll just leave it at that.
What's up there,
Hey.
TD3?
Hey, Curtis, stop threatening our viewers.
You're right.
All right?
Yeah,
I don't know if anybody even knows what that means.
You should be busy on your show that you're on right now. Focus on those 3 people that are watching.
yeah. How dare you not give 100% of your all to another show?
Hell yeah, man.
How dare you, sir?
I'm about to go on that show and comment, but like Curtis isn't even paying attention to y'all.
Right.
Yeah,
That's what Kevin says it. What
he's
list?
in my DMs.
Quiz Curtis on what you've been talking about for the last 5 minutes.
Right. Rob says that Doggy Doc just made a post of the Spaceball collection.
Yeah, because the Spaceballs 2, he just kind of put that
Right.
back out there. Yeah. Hoping he makes what was her name? Dot.
Oh yeah.
Dot. Yeah, oh yeah.
Dot and the Princess would be great.
Princess
were those
Vespa.
all the ones that you got?
It's the only 2
Trevor
he didn't
does.
make. He didn't make those. I've got everyone he made, but he didn't make Dot. And
I'll take a Michael Winslow and a bubble helmet as well.
that'd be nice. That'd be great. That one would be an easy one, I think.
I'll need a radar dish playset that I can lay Rick Moranis on.
Awesome.
I'm having trouble with the radar, sir. You don't need that. I'm right here. I'm having trouble. Yeah. Yeah, I'd have to have that whole thing in a diorama.
What is that?
Somebody watching Curtis?
Oh, Cliff.
Yeah.
Who's the traitor that's watching
Don't get us-
Curtis?
I had to comment.
That's awesome. You should put that right up there so we can hear it.
Our show's
Was that-
better.
Well, yeah, obviously. Was that all of them, Trevor? Or
Yeah,
do you
that's
have
it.
more?
That's
Yeah,
it.
he's
No, that's
busy
it.
handling his Swartz right now.
Yeah, I'm playing with my Schwartz.
This kind of
All
fits
right.
with the show, actually. I'm not going to read that, but yeah.
All right, I didn't mean to derail.
I
us.
did, sir. He's my cousin.
we weren't on rails, Trevor. There's not even there's not even an agenda for the show. I'm in charge, so we're just kind of
Oh, okay, right. So we're making it up as we go along.
exactly.
The show's called Kicking It with Joe G tonight.
Right. Well, I was gonna sit down and try and come up with like a format and stuff, and then I had to work late the last 2 nights, like super late. So I was just like, screw it, man. We're just gonna get on here and hang out and have some fun. So that's what we're doing. Hopefully
Are we
there
doing
won't
the
be again.
movies? Are we doing the movies tonight?
The movies?
Yeah, this week in theaters. Twits.
I no.
Have you
I
watched
don't
the
even-
show, Joe?
That's too many buttons for Joe.
I'm on the show.
Oh.
I don't know if I really watch it. I'm just kind of here. I don't even have the stuff set up to do this week in theaters. So
It's 1983. Spaceballs is on the list of the top 10. Everybody's
There you
going
go.
yeah,
Spaceballs.
we're just all gonna go to that.
Yeah.
They haven't been very good lately either in OffWorld 3.5. Like we haven't had a lot of great movie lists. Like it's not prime movie season, I guess. So yeah.
That's a good question from V-Dog if you don't have anything to talk about.
Favorite decade of movies?
80s.
Ooh.
I've only seen like
Hands
28
down,
movies,
easy 80s.
so-
It's got to be the 80s.
You get
Yeah.
2 Star Wars movies.
80s
You
all
get
good.
all
Yeah.
the Schwarzenegger. You get all the Rambo.
Jurassic
Rambo,
Park.
you
Well,
get
was
everything.
Jurassic Park 90s?
Yeah.
90s.
90s. Yeah,
90s,
Jurassic
yeah.
Park 90s. But
Yeah, but all the special
Ghostbusters-
effects, even the 80s, were still great. You know, it wasn't
Yeah.
Jurassic Park level, but they were still amazing. And Terminator and Alien, and Alien.
Ghostbusters.
And everything now is watered
Ghostbusters.
down versions of 80s movies.
Mm-hmm.
Ghostbusters, Aliens,
Jones,
Lethal Weapon.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Search for Spock.
Looking good.
Wrath of Khan. Oh my God.
Oh yeah. No, they were hitting on all cylinders, definitely.
Yeah,
There
the
was a
80s.
lot.
80s
And plus,
a
it was
great
all
time.
those great like teen movies. You know what I mean? Like they
Yeah.
were just
Oh, yeah.
teen- There's no
Wasn't
fun-
Cyborg
I don't
in the
know, do
80s?
teenagers have fun anymore because like we had a lot of fun. We got really
Mhm.
high.
Well,
and
you
stupid
even
and
had
got in
comedies
trouble
that had ghosts hiding in the windows and shit, like 3 Men and
Yeah.
a Baby. And
Yeah. Yeah, all that shit, yeah.
Wasn't Van Damme Cyborg in the 80s or was that 90s?
Oh yeah, all the Van Damme was in the 80s.
Yeah.
Steven
Goonies.
Seagal.
Rambo.
Then you had like Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, all those really
Breakfast
classics.
Club, man. That's what I'm talking about. Like all those teen
Fast Times
movies,
at
like
Ridgemont
that.
High, Lost Boys.
Ferris Bueller.
Bueller, anyone? Bueller.
I think that the 80s, like in the 80s, the movie companies were willing to take chances. Like,
Absolutely.
let's just throw shit at the wall and see what sticks. And that's one of the things that feels like there's no risk anymore. They try to put everything as a reboot, or
Mm-hmm.
they're testing
man.
it first to see if that would work. And like you never know. Like just try some stuff and see what happens.
I don't think that, like stuff that could be. This is going to get a deep conversation, but I don't think the stuff you try stuff can necessarily get through. It's all social
Goonies,
media
yes.
now. You know, like you can't even break through like a DJ back then would like hear a song like, hey, I think this is going to be a hit, start playing it, and then other people would hear it like, holy shit, this is a great song, start playing it. I mean, you can get that kind of thing now, but there's so much vying for your attention, and I think people just go with the safe stuff. I think the 70s might have had
They go
the
with the
80s
quick
on
and the
music,
easy.
just barely, but the
Yeah.
80s had great music, great movies,
Oh yeah.
kind of great fashion. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was weird at times, but it was pretty good. I don't know.
It was
man.
fun.
Pop music in the 80s was trash, though.
It's
Yeah,
better.
so
No, come on,
trash.
Madonna, Prince. I
Prince?
mean, pop does pop
Yeah.
music, man. I gotta say,
Yeah.
it's better than the shit now. I mean, popular music in like top 40 sucks, man. It's
Yeah.
all the same shit. Like I don't know.
That
All that
social media.
synthesizer stuff.
It's
rubbed
all
me the
watered down
wrong way.
versions.
Yeah, if you think
That's-
about, I just pulled up a list. So pop music: Madonna, Michael Jackson,
Michael
Eurythmics, Duran Duran, REM,
Yeah.
Depeche Mode, Pet Shop Boys, U2, Police.
Yeah, I
Gloria
gotta push back
Estefan,
on that,
David
Dusty.
Bowie.
Oh, come on. What, Dusty? What?
Come on, Dusty.
Come on. What kind of music do you listen to?
Dusty,
Metal?
come on.
I'm a
Those are-
metalhead, dude.
Yeah, I'm a
Well, I'm a
metalhead
metalhead
too,
too,
I
but they're
mean,
cool.
Like the 80s were pretty good for metal too. The 70s were probably better for metal. But the
Don't get
80s
me
were pretty
wrong.
damn good for
Michael Jackson, absolutely.
Yeah.
Prince, probably one of the top
Yeah.
artists of all time. But when you start talking about Eurythmics and
Well,
Hey.
NXS and
Annie Lennox is a god.
it's
you
pop
know,
though. It's
all
pop. I
that,
get it.
get that shit out of here.
I
Get it
didn't-
outta here.
I didn't like that stuff in the 80s, but I have to admit, as I get older,
Yeah.
I get more of an
Yeah.
appreciation for
Dude,
it.
I'll tell you something. Peter
Exactly. Like I hated
Gabriel-
Madonna. I didn't like Madonna. I didn't
To
like
this
really
day,
like Michael
I cannot
Jackson. all that
stand
shit.
Peter Gabriel. And they played his music every 5
Well,
seconds
Sledgehammer
on
was way
MTV.
overplayed. That's for sure.
Oh,
But
trash.
to your point,
dude.
Dusty, let me read off a brief all-star list of the 80s metal bands: Metallica, Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath, Judas Priest, Slayer, Rat, Scorpions, Motorhead.
That's everything I saw in the 80s.
Yes, please.
Right.
Skid Row, Dokken, Accept, the crew. I mean, geez, Def Leppard,
ZZ
Anthrax,
Top,
Dio.
Def Leppard.
Yeah.
I was at
I was
Monsters
totally-
Rock. All those guys were there, like Ozzy
Yeah.
and Metallica. And
Yeah, take that pop music and put it back in your synthesizer and send it back to Britain. That's all it's good for.
You know what? I have an appreciation for a lot of types of music, though. Like I like the Isles, the Beatles. I think the Beatles are great. I like Frank Sinatra.
Sure,
I'm
the
all
greats
over
are great.
music, man. Yeah.
God, this list is amazing.
Hip hop
Good
was
lord.
dope in the 80s too.
Hip hop was great. Yeah.
Mhm.
Wasn't my thing, but looking back on it now, then
Yeah.
like I like that stuff better
Oh,
than
dude, I
like
loved
anything.
Humpty Dance and Hammer.
Ice Cube and freaking
Ice
Tupac.
Well,
Dude, Ice
yeah,
Cube.
you got
When you start
that-
getting into the
Tupac's
90s,
the
when you
90s.
start talking about Cube and
Yeah.
stuff, though.
But EPMD, you know what
I remember
Run DMC,
listening to the Fat
Run
Boys.
DMC.
Ice-T.
Yeah, Run
Yeah.
DMC.
Dude,
Ice-T, yeah.
I'll give you all a funny
Boogie Down
story from high school.
Productions.
I'll give you all a funny story from high school about NWA. No bullshit. This is how I discovered NWA and parental advisory in general. I had in our school, we were integrated with a lot of special needs kids. You know, they would integrate them within our classrooms and stuff. You know, and some kids were assholes because it was the 80s, and some kids were nice and whatever. Normal high school shit. But and do not take this the wrong way, but I have to do it.
Were they nice to you, Dusty?
Absolutely.
I'm just kidding.
Was I nice to them? Not really. Not really.
Applying something.
But I remember his name was Mikey. He was one of the special needs kids in our class, and he loved everybody. Absolutely loved everybody. And I remember him coming up and pulling on my shirt one day, and he goes, "Hey, Dusty." I said, "What's up, Mikey?" He goes, "Dude, you listen to this tape, it'll cuss you out." And he handed me the NWA straight out of Compton tape. And he goes, "You listen to that, it'll cuss you out because you bring it back to me tomorrow." I said, "Okay, I'll take it home and listen to it." I went home and listened to it, and I had to run out right to the mall and buy it. And I was like, "You're right, it cussed me out bad." He goes, "Yeah, I know, it cussed you out bad." That's how I discovered NWA.
That's awesome.
yeah, like Eric B. and Rakim. Like there was a lot of good stuff.
I think it's
Wait a
safe
minute.
to say when it comes to pop culture, when it comes to media, anything like that, 80s was definitely the number one winner
Yeah.
Yeah.
across the board.
William says he misses heavy metal. I loved heavy metal mags. I love Hit Parader. I love all those
That
things.
mag.
Man. I had all those stuff. But
Do you get the
Kevin
new heavy
Boy
metal?
says, well, yeah, Kevin. Oh, you're talking about heavy metal. Okay, I got you. Yeah.
About the only
I was
really
thinking
pop-
Hit Parader. I was thinking the pop music metal magazine, but heavy metal, the magazine, yeah, that was incredible. Yeah.
About the
Freaks
only
figure,
pop
what do you
artist,
mean?
but he was kind of pop/rock artist who I just do not think gets enough credits. Billy Idol.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I could still go back and listen to Billy Idol's stuff and still
You can see him
enjoy it.
live. I think he's touring right now, actually.
That's crazy to me. That's crazy.
He looks like
And then
yogurt.
Rick Springfield. Rick Springfield's out there without a shirt on. That dude's ripped as hell, man. I can't believe it.
Yeah,
Rick Springfield.
and Steph, Merciful Fate. You're right, Steph. Love
yeah.
Merciful Fate, man. Woo!
I saw Merciful Fate. I saw Faith No More open for Merciful Fate. It was-
Oh, yeah.
Oh wow.
Or how about Black and Blue? Did you ever see Black and Blue, Trevor?
I didn't see Black and Blue, no.
Old school, man, but they're so
Yep.
good. And then
Yep.
Wasp. Wasp was one of the 95 Nasty. That one.
Wasp I saw. Yeah.
I was a fan of King Diamond.
Halloween. Yep.
King Diamond. I love King Diamond.
I liked how King Diamond, all his
Halloween.
CDs, or all his tapes, told a story. It was like an integrated story that he
Yeah.
was telling.
Most talented voice out there, King Diamond. That dude's voice, the octaves he could hit. Oh my gosh.
Curtis's last viewer just joined us.
That's funny. I gotta find this
Summon
photo.
me from trolling the outer dimension.
Dude, I remember was it the late 90s that they came out with the Queen like super set? It was like their greatest hits, but it was like
the box set?
Yeah,
Mhm.
box set. It
Yeah.
was like 5 or 6 discs.
Yeah.
And here's another movie from the 80s. Freaking Highlander.
Girl boner.
Oh, yeah.
And then think about Queen's soundtrack to Highlander.
I know. Yep.
Mhm.
Dude, that soundtrack
Who Wants to Live Forever? Oh my god,
is
man, such a great
timeless,
song.
man.
Yeah.
It's so
That's what I mean.
freaking good.
That music, whatever genre you look at during that time, is like it still hits hard right now. You know what I mean? Like everything's kind of watered down, and they take a little bit of everything from back then because it was really good. It was the best.
Yeah. A lot of lifting old 80s IP ideas and trying to recreate them.
Yep.
Give me a second
Does-
to figure this out.
Doesn't work.
Okay. Oh,
This
there
is
we go.
me with the
Ah,
singer of Savatage, who was smoking a joint behind us at a Dio concert. They had just come off the stage, and we turned around and we're like, "Dude, that is John Araya, not John Araya, John. I forget his name, but I'm like, that's Savatage." And we're like, "You're Savatage." He's like, yeah. What's going on, man?
oh, that Edge of Thorns album, I play that still when I work out right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, that's a great album.
Love that album.
John. what
I
the
just
hell's
can't
his
get
name?
over Trevor with hair. So
I know it's
Yeah,
awesome.
man, I had a lot of hair. Yeah. I had that. I had here's a little
Wow.
band. Here's some band shit right here.
Looking like a straight up, like he's working at the door at the local strip club.
Yeah. All right, that's enough of that. But, yeah.
That's enough of that.
Metal bona
Hey,
fide.
what shirt do you have on there, Trevor? Go back. What was that?
The Crow,
That's what
which
I thought. Yeah.
which I still
Nice.
have and I can still wear.
Oh.
There you go.
The Crow, if we were
I've
talking
worn it.
90s,
I've
you
worn
got to
it.
put the Crow in the 90s.
That was the year,
Oh my
that
God.
was the Crow, the comic book Crow too. Yeah.
Put Billy's comment up.
That's a sick shirt, though. I just caught that.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah, it's a great shirt.
Yeah, Dio. I'm right there, man. Dio.
I think you guys still should just
Yeah.
come out with an album, man. Why not?
Sure. Yeah, I saw Dio like 3 or 4 times, I think.
It'd be
Saw
cool
him
if you
when he
guys
was-
played. You guys played a concert at Legion's Con.
How
Yeah,
bringing up Dio? How underrated was Rainbow when Dio?
Rainbow
was
was
Rainbow.
very with Dio was very underrated. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
Rodney James.
Man, y'all taking me back. I'm gonna have to break out my lunch boxes, get my VHS out.
Well, my brothers were 12 and 14 years older than me.
So
So
am I.
like by the time that I was in the 80s, like all that old music and stuff, that was their stuff, So like
Yep.
Led Zeppelin and Rainbow and all, Black Sabbath, all those bands, like from the time I was very young, I was into all that stuff because I thought my brothers were cool. Got wore off a little bit as I got older.
What was your first metal album, Dusty? Like the first time you remember hearing metal? Mine was Kiss Destroyer. My friend had
Like-
Kiss Destroyer.
like
and I was
full
like,
on
"Oh my
metal?
God."
God, man, I was around it so much. I remember the first metal album.
Yeah, I'm the
I
oldest.
bought.
I didn't have an older brother to get me into it. So
Yeah, I'm an
first
only
metal-
child.
The first metal album I bought was Kill 'Em All.
okay,
Oh, nice.
well, you're
And
younger
then
than me.
Hangar 18 was right behind that by Megadeth.
Mm.
But man, dude, I remember Zeppelin and Sabbath and Ozzy and stuff like that when I was growing up.
Yep.
But yeah, the first album I remember like actually having was Kill 'Em All.
Yep.
The first album I ever got for my birthday one year, my mom got me an old tape cassette player. It was a single speaker, little mini boombox type thing. You put like 3C batteries in it. And
Yep.
I got Yes, the album Yes, that had Owner of a Lonely Heart on it.
Mhm.
I got that tape with it, and then like 3 days after I got that, I'm walking down the sidewalk in my neighborhood, and somebody had thrown out Prince's Purple Rain because
Wow.
the tape had broken.
Oh,
And I remember taping it back together with Scotch tape and rolling it back up.
remember they had
And
those
dude,
little repair kits you could get for the tapes too. You could repair
Yeah.
it. And,
Oh, I didn't know anything about that. I just
Yeah.
borrowed some Scotch tape from Mom and put over it and pieced
and
that
you just
thing
have that
back
little
together.
part where it went, and then it would keep going.
Yep. And dude, I played that Purple Rain album religiously for like a year. I could not stop listening to it.
One of my favorite memories is when I was in Australia in Perth in Fremantle, and the CDs just came out, and I was so excited. And my first two CDs were Iron Maiden's Number of the Beast and Dio's Holy Diver. And those CDs back in 1987, 88, when I was in Australia, they were $44 a piece.
Wow.
$50 back when CDs came out. And I was so excited. I bought the CDs before I even had a CD player. I just thought they were cool, and I liked the art. And I was like, I'm going to buy me a CD player once I get back to the military base where they have them, where they're cheaper. And it was amazing.
When I was in my late teens, so I was old enough to have a license, so I was probably 16 or 17. We had a local music store that was probably like 10 miles away. That it was called Root and Roll. The guy's name was Larry Root, and he owned a music store. It was a buy sell trade. So you could go in and trade your albums out and stuff like that. And I was telling him about, being a Metallica fan and being involved in all that. He goes, "Have you heard of Garage Days? Have you heard of Garage Days Revisited?" I was like, "What? What are we talking about here?" He goes, "Yeah, dude." He goes, "You need to." He's like, "Let me order this for you. Let me hook you up." And that's how I found out about like Garage Days and underground albums and stuff like that. So I loved going in that music store. I'd go in there and trade my old CDs for new CDs, take them home, burn them on cassette tape, take them back, trade them again, take the CDs back, burn them on cassette tape.
See, I had vinyl. I just took I was hoping that I had them down here. I was going to pull them out, but I had all those Iron Maiden albums. I still have them on vinyl. And
dude, those are worth probably a little bit
Halloween
right
and all the Dio albums.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a Led Zeppelin 2. Is it Led Zeppelin 2? And I got a Black Sabbath album that are in really good shape.
Yeah, my brothers had all those albums like Blue Oyster Cult, Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, all those on vinyl. I have no idea where they are now. My parents never throw anything away, though. They got to be in a shed somewhere. But,
gotta hope not. Vinyl in the heat does not do well.
We opened for Blue Oyster Cult. I just realized that, but they weren't. They did. Remember they used to tour as Soft White Underbelly. It wasn't
Soft White Underbelly. Yeah.
And we opened for them. We opened for Quiet Riot once too. They were dicks.
Oh, really?
Dusty, you hit on a good point.
And they were on the down slope too. So
it's like back then, I remember when you were telling that story about that record store, you had this feeling, this level of excitement when you were able to take a music and burn your own or get your own tape and put it all together, or even burn your own CD even later on.
Oh, yeah.
And you just don't have that now. You can do your own playlist in whatever, but there was this excitement when you walked in and tangibly got to pull out the album and look at the art, and you your collection was like your prime
remember
joy.
buying albums based on art and art.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It was the best. Like every time an Iron Maiden album came out and the covers,
Eddie.
Derek, what's his name? Derek would do you could just get lost in that and the lyrics and stuff, and just that's 5 hours of your life right there.
Yeah, and these kids today just don't. They'll never.
Billy Beach. I totally put the radio next to the to click the record
the little tape.
Remember calling the radio station and requesting the songs?
Yes. Yeah. And then they play it like 2 hours later, and you're still sitting there waiting with your.
And act like they do you a favor.
And when I learned,
you're like, wait, is that the intro? Well, that's it.
Dude,
shit.
Hey, no bullshit. The first song I ever requested on the radio, and I literally sat for like an hour waiting to record it, and I actually hate to admit this, was Unskinny Bop.
Oh my god. Oh my god!
Rapper's Delight was one of the first things I wanted to record off the radio. There was other things, but I remember Rapper's Delight.
That's funny.
Like, what the hell is this? I'm like, it's rap.
You know, I thought I was in heaven when I found out that I could put tape over the corners of my cassette tapes and I can record on them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
We know our audience. Yeah. This is,
Yeah, I had a couple of Hank Williams Jr.'s cassettes that were really NWA and Two Live Crew.
Well, okay. Funny story. My mom hated me listening to some of the metal stuff. So she would come in and put some of my stuff aside, you know, just like reorganize. So I started taping certain albums that she was like, that's acid rock. I don't want you listening to that stuff. And I would tape over it with like a cassette tape with something else on there, like Duran Duran or something. And I'd be jamming in my cassette player. My mom's like, what do you listen to? I'm like, I just show her. She goes, oh, okay.
Yeah. and in order to do that, you had to put the cassette in a like tape recorder and play what you wanted on another radio into the microphone of the tape recorder.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But it was all worth it back then. It was all
absolutely.
worth it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's all just part of the challenge.
Going for long walks at night with my cassette player, my Walkman, just jamming out to Dio and just
Going
baseball.
through $12 worth of AA batteries.
Oh, hey, yeah, whatever. I was good.
Remember the CD things you'd have in the car with like all the CDs and sleeves and stuff like that?
I'm
Yeah,
still-
the little albums, the little books.
Yep.
My
just
best
have
friend's first car only had an 8-track tape, and we only had or an 8-track player, and we only had 2 8-tracks. We had Hotel California and Welcome to My Nightmare from Alice Cooper.
Dude, do you remember the 8-track cassette adapter?
Yes, I do.
No. Oh yeah, that you could put
slid
it in there, or
the
you could put a
8-track and then you
cassette
pop
in
the
that.
cassette
Yeah,
onto
yeah.
the top of it.
Yeah, it's like a little slot. That was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Lord knows you hated it when you heard the music start going. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah. It's all
I gotta
like,
get that
yeah,
out of there. It's
Dude,
gonna
I
be wrecked.
remember,
It's all
my
gone.
brother cruising in a
You get a pencil
50
and put it in and twist it up.
my older brother was like 15 years older than me. I remember him cruising in a 53 Plymouth Belvedere and just blasting Tone Loc and driving me around.
That's straight up gangster right there, man.
Nice.
no, that
I like
brings
your brother
back,
already.
that brings back some memories too. My dad had a 37 Chevy pickup, and my brothers wanted a stereo in it, and my dad wouldn't let them do it. So they ended up putting it in the glove box without him knowing. So they mounted an 8-track player in the glove box, and then we live in Nevada now, but my family's from the Bay Area, and they don't tell anybody, but they broke into a bar and stole a beer tap and put that on as the shifter for the pickup.
Oh my god.
And when my dad found out like what they had done, he took the pickup away from him, but it still has the 8-track player in the glove box to this day.
How about what's great about other things like the late 70s, early 80s, the big old boat cars, man, when you drove in those cars, you floated. My buddy had an 83 Chrysler
it was
Cordoba,
like this. It was
and we'd
like
go over a
this.
hill, and you're just like, yeah, motherfucker.
Dude, it was like
Yeah.
driving a waterbed.
It was like driving a waterbed.
Yeah.
Driving a waterbed.
Just
That's what
floating
my
along.
brother always said about Cadillac. Man, them Cadillacs are so smooth. It's like driving a waterbed.
Oh, dude, yeah, I had an 86 Cadillac. It was in the 90s, but I had an 86 Cadillac, and I love that freaking car. But it had the electric seats and the electric windows, and everything would just stop working. And after a while, I couldn't roll the windows down anymore. You know, you look cool cruising around in that big old Cadillac, but then you go to McDonald's and you got to open the door to order. It's not as cool, you know.
How about the car?
Cadillacs all had flip up ashtrays in the door?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Or how about the number one car company out there that made some of the most unique looking cars, AMC, American Motor Company. They made the Pinto, the Maverick, the Gremlin, the Pacer.
Gremlin, a fishbowl on wheels. That thing was weird.
Dude, you remember the 70s Mustang?
Yes.
That real bad 4-banger Mustang that everybody hated? I always called that a Pinto GT.
Pinto
To this
GT.
day,
I
still
love
call
the
that
80s
Mustang.
Mustang.
Hey, be
Always
careful.
wanted to do
Steph had a Pinto. She had a yellow Pinto, it looks like.
My son right now is driving an 88 Honda Accord.
What?
That's a good car.
Yeah,
Nice.
still runs good. Yeah,
That's amazing.
My first car,
Yeah.
I paid $200 for it when I was 15 because I had it before I got my license. Was a canary yellow Oldsmobile Cutlass Salon.
Oh,
The Salon. So it was like a Cutlass Supreme in the front, but in the back it had like this camper looking hatchback.
Yeah.
Really a hatchback.
Yeah.
super ugly. Super ugly.
Yeah, ugliest car ever made, and it was canary yellow. It was that 70s yellow. Looked like your grandma's refrigerator yellow, you know?
Dude, Thomas Belay, the Mercury Marquis. How about that one?
My grandfather had a Mercury Marquis, man. He loved that car. That thing was.
Yeah, remember the Mercury
that thing was a
Supreme?
tank, man. It was. Yeah, it was just ridiculous. I had a 82 Camaro at one point. It was like my second.
So
car,
I got to bring this up.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
I feel bad. Sorry, man.
What are you gonna do when OffWorld runs wild on you, brother?
So I had an 82 Camaro with
Cream of
rear-wheel
the
drive.
crop. Cream of the crop. Oh yeah.
This thing had
Better
rear-wheel
than the
drive.
best.
I had to put cement
What?
block back of it to drive in the winter. Like it swayed.
Put some weight in the back.
Every winter,
That
I had
was-
to put cement blocks in the back.
Okay, now
How about that? What the first car? Because my first car was an '82 Volkswagen Rabbit, and
Oh yeah,
That's a cool car,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, it is a
Yeah.
cool car. Now
I took that and you would think like because there's a lot of sand dunes and stuff around here, you wouldn't think that that car would be great for going dooning, but it doesn't weigh anything. So even with the narrow tires, like we could drive that freaking thing everywhere, and we did too. I bent the rims on it twice, where like the tire just went flat because I totally smashed it.
Wow.
I was gonna say you had to smash it good to bend those rims because those were steel rims back then, man.
Hell,
Dude, when
yeah.
I look back at like my first three cars, I'm always like, man, I was this close to having something cool. You know, I had a Cutlass Salon instead of a Cutlass Supreme. My second car was a Ford Torino, but it was a Ford Torino Elite. So the Ford Torino I had was a Ford Torino in the back, but it was a freaking Thunderbird in the front. So it had the grandma and grandpa Thunderbird front end on it.
wow.
And it was deep forest green with an all green interior.
Yes.
I love that car.
Yes.
I love that
That
car
is
because
great.
it had
Oh
air
my
conditioning.
Deep forest green. Oh
Yes,
my god.
with an all
Jesus.
green interior.
That's
the
insane.
The steering wheel was green. The seats were green. The carpet was green. The dash was green.
Yeah, that was my grandfather's the Mercury Marquis, man. Everything was red. Everything was red. It was velour red. The console was red. The
Oh
wheel
my
was red,
God.
everything was
But yeah, I couldn't even have a
driving
regular
Hot Wheels or
Torino,
something. It was fucking
you
weird.
know, and have like a respectable Torino. I had to have grandma and grandpa's Torino.
That's fucking great, man. Yeah, my official first car was like a wood-sided station wagon, which would be incredibly cool to have now.
Panel,
But at the
yeah.
time, paneled, yeah, it had the wood.
Do you
panel
remember the old Ramblers?
Yeah. Yep.
My dad had a Rambler. We went all over growing up. We'd load up in the Rambler and we just saw the world in that thing. We went to movies with the mattress in it and throw it out on the.
Yeah, you just sit in the back. We were playing with toys, and like they somebody would screech to a halt on the highway. We just roll rolling.
Yep.
Back in the car.
No seatbelts. Hold on to Luke
Safety,
Skywalker
what?
and Darth Vader.
Safety. Man,
Dude, I remember
mine.
riding in the back of my mom's Silverado one day, and we're driving through the neighborhood, and I'm in the back of the truck, sitting on the wheel well, inside the bed of the truck.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how small I am. You know, I can sit on it like it's a normal chair. And dude, I remember my mom slamming the brakes on, and me flying up and hitting the back of the cab.
Yeah.
And then getting my shit together and actually like pulling myself up over the edge of the truck and looking out, and my mom is beating the hell out of some chick. And she's got her 2 handfuls of hair, and she's running her head back and forth like this.
Wow.
Which ended up being my oldest brother's ex-girlfriend. I guess she called my mom a whore or something when we drove by.
Ooh,
She didn't even
not
care
good.
I was in the back of the truck, dude. She slammed on that brake. Fucking threw
Oh,
me for a
yeah.
loop.
No, I remember I was like maybe 3 or 4 years old, and I live on a farm. My dad was irrigating. We're driving out into the field in an international, I think it was like a 76 international pickup. Love that pickup. But the gophers will dig holes, and then the irrigation water washes out underneath the road. The truck, it was just like a movie. Like you're driving on the road, and all of a sudden the front end just falls through the ground. Well, I'm standing on the seat, so like 4 years old, my head spider webbed the windshield.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, I think it explains a lot. Like why I
I was just gonna say we just figured it out. Now we
you
know.
and me both, brother. You
But
and
I
me both.
actually didn't. I didn't know where I was. Like who am I? Like I didn't know who I was, where I was for like a few minutes. Yep, because I totally spider webbed the windshield with my head when I was like 4. And I think back on that, and I'm like, you know, they worry about vaccinations making you autistic, bouncing your head off of a windshield when you're 4. Like, just throwing that out there.
Yep.
Not to mention all the secondhand smoke we got on top of the.
You
Oh
came
my
that close
God.
to being integrated into Dusty's school, man. That would have been.
Right. I was in high school. I was actually in special ed,
That's
and
terrible.
and
I'm sorry.
there's so many people that don't believe me, and I'm like, how can you not believe that I was in special ed? Come on. To me,
Oh my
totally
god, a
makes
Yugo! Wow.
A Yugo, Steph, you have a Yugo?
The Yugos.
The
Jeez.
disposable
I had a-
cars that
I
you
had
can
a-
pick up and move around.
I had an 87 Saab.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, Saab. They named it right because you cry all the way to the mechanics.
Yeah.
Right.
It lasted about a year before the transmission blew up on me.
Mm.
Oh, it looks like yours
Literally,
lasted
I was
longer
at-
than my buddies.
Yeah, I was at a light and it just exploded. Like my car jumped out. We thought somebody hit us, and we looked around. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and there's nobody there. And then I realized I couldn't put the car into any gear.
Mhm.
All right, here we go, guys. Here's a new one. First car accident. Go, Trevor.
The first
wait.
one was go ahead.
Our fault or just in a car accident?
Just car accident. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. That I was driving. It was I forgot what I had. It was some shitty. God, like sedan. I don't know. I can't remember what the hell the car was. It'll come to me. It's no longer out there, or the company's not even there around. But anyway, I was sitting waiting at a light, and I was coming down towards a red light, and some guy did the whole in the other lane, like, come on through to this truck, right? Not seeing me coming down the street, and the truck just right into my
Ouch.
door. I mean, I think I only had the car for a few months. I have a history of that though. That Camaro, the aforementioned Camaro, I bought after that car was totaled. So they totaled that car, and then I had money, and I was like, "Ooh, I got money. Okay, cool." So I'm buying a Camaro, right? And this Camaro was a couple $1,000s, whatever. Took it to my dad's mechanic, and he's like, "Well, yeah, it's pretty good. It's it's all right. It's going to need brakes pretty soon, but it's okay." Well, it needed brakes because the first week I took it out in the rain to go to work, they didn't work, and I slammed into the back of another car.
Oh man!
Then it was bent at the door. I couldn't open the driver's side door. I had a fucking Dukes of Hazzard for the next 6 months until I could pay to get the door fixed.
For
It
our
sucked.
young listeners, that means crawl out the window.
Yeah, it sucked, man. I was so bummed. I was so in love with that car. And,
Especially if you had Daisy Dukes on.
exactly, yeah. It's hot. Sometimes it's hot, depending on.
Right?
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Daisy
Greg, I would
Dukes.
ask you, but you probably wouldn't remember. So let's go with Blake. What's yours?
Well, my first accident, I'll just say I wasn't driving, but it was a really cool time with me and my brother. He had just bought a brand new Pontiac 1984 Fiero, and he was so excited with it.
Nice.
And so we went up to the county, Lake County, which is North Chicago.
Screen settings. Next time I can help with this when your screen is
Wow, that's
locked.
weird. What the heck is that? Okay. My phone started talking to me. And we were sitting there and the light went green. And then all of a sudden what started flashing yellow. So like the turnaround time was slow. And this lady came and barreled in this old panel van and ascended us in this Fiero. And if you know anything about the Fieros, they're super tiny. And man, I had whiplash for a good week or so after that. But yeah, that car was totaled.
Jeez. All right, Greg, what was yours?
I had a 96 Saab and it lasted about a week. I was flying down in the middle of the night. It was kind of more like wet, like it was like not raining, but it was like that light mist. So like everything was kind of like wet. And I lost control, did a 360 and hit a parked car and a pole.
Oof.
It dented my whole door, the driver's door, where I couldn't sit in the seat. I had to sit on the middle console to drive home. My buddy was in the passenger side. I was like, "You all right?" He said, "Yeah, I'm good." I said, "I'm out of here." He said, "All right, cool." So I reversed out of there and and left because there was nobody there. At least I didn't think so. And so I parked it like a block away. I broke some glass on the floor to create like a whole crime scene. That it was going to be a hit and run. And
wow.
Then,
Jesus.
yeah, I go home and I'm laying in bed and I'm like, man, I really fucked up today. And then all of a sudden my doorbell rings and I'm like, oh man, one of my boys must be here to see what's going on. And when I didn't answer my mom answered the door, because at the time I was like, I think 19. She answered the door, and all of a sudden, my bedroom door opens up, and there's two officers standing there. And they were like, "Were you involved in an accident about 2 hours ago?" I was like, "Nope, it wasn't me. My car's parked on that block over there. I don't know what you're referring to."
Officer.
So they made me get up because I had no shirt on, and they're looking around to see like if I have any like red marks or cuts or like something, because the car was really bad. Like the car looked at it was totaled, and it was really bad shape. So how I walked out of there with not even a tiny scrape or cut was a miracle. So they left. They ended up leaving, and I had to go Monday to the precinct with my mom. And then
what'd you do? Leave your license plate behind or something?
What's the statute of limitations on this thing, Greg? How long ago was this?
This is like 30. This is damn near 30 years ago. I think we're good by now.
Misdemeanor, 3 years.
Yeah.
This guy's gonna find you now online. It's gonna be like
me and my mom go to the precinct, and the cop starts flirting with her, and he said, "Oh, I'm just gonna drop all the charges." And that was it. I just lost the car. That was about it.
Wow.
So I kind of think that was it was quite the time.
Gee, the cop is watching.
Yeah. He's one of our 24 watchers.
I knew it was him. I knew it was him all along. I told him.
Curtis is kind of upset right now, so he might forward this to the cop. He's gonna find
ChatGPT is like scanning all these.
Curtis is a rat.
The cops using AI to surface everything.
Exactly. Curtis is calling in the hot lead into the New Jersey.
FBI shows up at Greg.
I want to talk to you guys about a cold case.
Curtis is sleeping on that other show.
All right, Joe. What about you?
Mine's not going to be as good as your guys's, but I was pretty young. I can't remember how old I was. Maybe 10 years old. And we live in a small town, so to get anything, you have to drive. So we drove to Reno, Nevada, which was like a 100-mile trip. My dad was buying cement. He had the bags of cement stacked up on his trailer. We're on the freeway leaving Reno, which there's a canyon you go through. And the tire blew on the freaking trailer. Oh, and the tire blew and actually swung the trailer around and flipped the whole vehicle around backwards on the freeway and like slammed it into the guard railing. Right.
Wow.
But I didn't know any of this because this was back in the day. So I always brought a stack of comic books with me to read in the back seat. So I'm sitting in the back seat, like reading a comic book, and all of a sudden I'm laying down, no seatbelt. I'm laying down on the back seat, facing like looking up, still holding my comic book, having no freaking idea how the hell what happened. So yeah, that was the first accident I was ever in.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Mine was my ever popular 78 Oldsmobile Cutlass Salon. Me and my best friend were driving through a newly paved neighborhood. So a lot of the houses weren't built yet. They had just cleared the land and all that. And when it would rain, you would get this mud runoff. So it would run off the hill and down into the roadway. And it was just a big circle where they were just starting to build this new subdivision. And it was literally just one big circle. And the top half on the top part of the hill, they built that first. So the bottom half, the road was there. The lots were cleared, but there was no construction. So we would fly around and come down that hill, come around that corner, and that mud patch would be right there. And we would hit it and try to fishtail through it. And so my first accident was after fishtailing through that mud about 9 times. I decided to start upping the ante a little bit and really gunning on it pretty hard. And when you're in loose mud and your tires are moving 80 miles an hour and then you hit dry street at a kind of a wonky angle, it tends to launch you. And it launched us right up the curve. We hit the curb, jumped up, landed in the mud, and I tried to turn the wheel back toward the street, and we ended up going over a rock trench line where the water would go into this rock line.
Oh shit.
We cleared that and landed in even deeper mud on the other side, and the mud was so deep that we couldn't even open the doors on the car. Yeah. So we literally had to both get on the front seat side by side and kick one of the doors open to push the mud away.
Wow.
And we were both wearing snakeskin cowboy boots at that time.
As you do.
As you do with stonewashed jeans and whatnot, and literally had to trudge through knee-deep mud to get back to the road and then had to walk to a payphone to call for help.
Oh, yeah. Walking home. Isn't that a memory?
Oh, yeah.
Kids don't know how good they've got it these days with those cell phones. I must have walked home 50 times.
Mm-hmm.
That's an understatement, 50 times.
Yeah.
Right.
That's like 50 times in a month, maybe.
You didn't even want to call for a ride half the time. You know what I mean?
No.
Like you didn't want to call your parents.
Especially if it was late.
Drunk or whatever.
Well, my mom
If it
didn't
was
drive,
late,
so-
no way you get killed. Yeah, no way.
And I was right now, if I got arrested, I wouldn't call my dad. And I'm 48. There's just no freaking way.
Definitely wouldn't
I
call.
never called my parents when I went to jail. Never.
No.
So.
I never called my parents because they'd show up in the Pacer and pick me up, and I'd be more embarrassed than I got in trouble.
Yeah.
Love you, Mom.
I love
If you're
that they call
watching this, sorry.
I love that they call the car a salon. Like it had a completely different meaning back then too. Now,
Dude, SALON.
Hair in the back seat? They're what? Like, what are you doing?
Joe, can you bring up an image of a 1978 Oldsmobile Cutlass Salon?
I'm sure I can.
Dude, you guys have to see this car to appreciate it. I remember.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I got the exact car. Hang on. Oh my god, there's a YouTube video about it. Hang on.
I remember the taillights looking like a tic-tac-toe pad. They
Hang
were
on.
just big red squares with crosses.
Yeah, hang on. I think this is great. It's GM's biggest flops.
That's why I got it for $200.
Was this the color?
Oh, man.
Look at this
That car,
ugly piece of
yes.
shit, y'all.
Oh my
It
god.
wasn't.
not
It wasn't
even a real
cool enough to be a
hatchback.
Supreme, like you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Not even
turns
a real
into a
hatchback.
completely different car after the second door. It's just like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
It's like they took
I
it
like
off
the
of
white
Magic
walls,
or
though.
They just
something.
gave up. It's like, yeah, whatever, just finish it.
Dude, can you find one in canary yellow?
That's insane.
I love it. I love all the snow piled up there in that one.
Dude, even the back
Wait.
door windows wouldn't even roll down.
Hold
They
on,
had
guys.
lights.
Sorry, we're gonna have to shut the thing down. before Curtis gets. No, I'm kidding. That's a joke.
Yeah, look at this thing.
Oh, look at
this.
that.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
your green. There's your green.
That is it, brother. That is it.
Ooh, how much? Where's the price? There's the sticker.
5.7 liter. Is there a price on here? No, there's no price.
It's a V8 350. So V8
At that
350.
time, the window stickers didn't have prices. The dealer just made them up.
That baby.
Yep.
Right. Look at that monster.
Hey,
Don't
I
they
put
still-
almost
don't
as
they
much
still do that?
oil in this car as I did
No,
yesterday.
I wish.
Better mileage
how
than any
ugly
other
that
mid-size V8. Yeah, like that was 12 miles to the gallon as opposed
Yeah, I
to
was gonna say mid-sized V8.
yeah. Ooh, two-tone. Look at that. That's sporty.
Ooh, look at that carburetor. I love that carburetor.
See, look, it's got a regular trunk. It doesn't even pop open like a hatch. It's just a
It's
regular
got a lot of room for
trunk.
bodies back in the day.
Donut at an angle over here. You got room for a body underneath here.
Oh, several of them. That's how the mob, you know.
There's the seats.
Ooh,
Look at that.
Look at that.
Ooh, look at that high rise, man. I love it for the big guys.
Look at that offset headrest so you could lean.
Yeah, that's right. I thought you wanted to lean the other way though. Didn't you want to lean
You
over
lean toward the
and
window.
grab your
Put your arm
girlfriend
out
or
the
whatever?
window.
So, like on the,
Oh my lord.
Like the
That's
same
hilarious.
upholstery as your couch. You
you
know?
got the strap here for closing the door. You know.
No,
and
Yep.
the same
it
upholstery
weighed
is
like 90 pounds to close the door.
it's like the same upholstery as the bowling alley design.
Look at that mirror adjustment right there.
Electric and yeah, look at this. Is
Look at
pretty
that
high
mirror,
tech, man.
that little mirror needle.
Yeah.
Wait, where's the
Yeah,
cigarette
mirror
lighter?
needle.
Where was the cigarette lighter?
Oh God,
a hell of a
that
car
car
to
so
put a
hideous.
V8 in.
Look at that ugly. That's a light green. That's like, oof, that's avocado green right there.
Let's see.
Yeah, mine must have been special because mine was canary yellow.
Good lord. Purple.
Well, there's the
I can see
Cutlass
Van in
Supreme.
that.
That one's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this was a red interior from the 70s and 80s, kids. Like
It was so bright.
that was the inside of all your Hot Wheels cars too. Was like that bright
Yep.
red, like it's black or bright red.
Oh, look right there next to your cursor, right there to the left of your cursor.
Right here. Oh, left.
Yeah, too far,
Which one?
too far.
Too far.
Yeah,
This one.
Wait, stop. Second one over on the bottom row, right there.
Yeah, right next to the red. Yeah,
Right here?
there.
Right there. Yep.
Was that it?
That's pretty damn close, right there.
That's
Mine
not
wasn't
canary
too
yellow,
far.
but that's that cool 70s. You know, you got the bottom half is brown.
Yeah, it's like the
Well,
tan
mine
with the
might
big.
have actually been this color, but just with a lot of smoke damage. You know what I mean?
It wasn't actually canary yellow. It was just wow. Yeah, this is an ugly car.
yeah, tell me about it.
That's an ugly car.
Okay, now look at a 78 Torino Elite. See if you can pull that up. Bingo.
Okay. What color was that?
It was that
Man,
deep
it's like the
forest
same
green.
car with like leather on the roof. It's like Jesus Christ. This is
Dude,
ugly.
it's a straight up Torino in the back.
You know
but it
what?
has a
This ain't too
Thunderbird
bad looking in the
end.
front though. Like this is pretty badass right here. I gotta say, this is like a rapper grill right here. Like that's pretty good.
I had those
Detroit?
hubcaps and
This
everything.
isn't bad looking. All right, I gotta say that's all right.
Yeah, if you sported them up, I mean, but it still had that Thunderbird front end on it.
I like it. I think it's cool.
Yeah, this is like this could almost be a Batmobile right here. You could turn this into a Batmobile. It's pretty cool.
Hey, Joe.
This
Joe,
hood is forever. Holy shit.
Oh, dude, it's
Forever.
I bet it's 8 feet long. No bullshit.
You're like 7 feet back from the front of the
Yeah,
car.
no bullshit.
That's
The front
crazy.
end of that car is 8 feet long.
Look at this thing. Look at that. That's nuts.
That's so cool, though. I dig it.
There's a green one right there.
Green one? Good. Right
Yep.
here?
Nope, down, right there.
Down to bottom.
Yeah.
Down to bottom.
Oh,
Right
okay.
there.
Oh yeah.
Right
There
there.
we go. That's what you had?
No, mine was darker.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe that was just smoke damage too,
I thought I saw a green one.
though. Oh, I don't know. This isn't the same thing. This is a
No,
different
that's
grill.
something different.
Okay. Yeah. Very cool. Very
But
cool.
yeah, man, green with an all green interior.
Yep.
Deep forest green. Even had a green a vinyl top on it.
I don't remember the name of this wagon that I had, but I'm sure I can find. No, that's not that old. It was like this. Yeah, that's the car I had. This is my first car, kids.
I thought mine was bad, dude.
Oh
It
man.
might have been like a 75 or something. But it had the wood panel. What did they? Oh yeah, here it is. There you go. There.
Oh,
it is.
yeah.
Look at that thing. Look
I
at
don't know,
that
that's
thing.
dope.
It is dope, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
No, that's no.
The
It's
Pinto
a-
wagon.
No.
It's a
Dude,
wagon.
I'd drive
and
this
it's
today.
wood
I would
panel,
actually
dude.
drive
That's
this
as bad
today.
as it gets.
Hell yeah.
I would drive this.
Hey, Joe, pull up a 74
It
AMC
wasn't-
Javelin.
That wasn't the hood.
It's
What is
Trevor.
it?
Trevor's doing it.
Oh, got it.
1974 what? AMC.
1974 AMC Javelin. Now, there you go. Missed this one.
Oop.
Javelin, JAV.
Javelin.
There you go.
There you
Look at this bad boy.
go. Ooh, that's
Oh,
Pull-
come
pull up
on,
the-
Captain Cool.
yeah,
Pull
right.
up the red one down at the bottom.
There's no humor value in this car. This is
Yeah,
a cool car.
this is just a cool car, man.
Yeah, we're trying to be
nice one.
humorous here.
Well, I'm sorry.
no,
Not funny.
that's cool. That green.
I just
is
wanted to
fine.
show the car.
Oh, that's
More cars
wicked.
could be this green. They made a Jeep. I've driven a Jeep Wrangler for like the last 18 years, and they had one like this color, and I really wanted it. My wife was like, "No."
They had the gremlin. They had the gremlin in that color.
Yeah, they did have a gremlin in that color. Yeah.
Yes, Curtis,
Pretty cool
cars and
color, too.
music, and it's all
Pretty
the
cool.
music's good and the cars are bad. That's the point.
Look at that blue. What do you even call it? That's like periwinkle or something, man. That's wild.
Periwinkle blue. Spur me, man.
Periwinkle.
Spur me, man.
That car's a shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
All right,
that's a
there you go,
badass
kids.
car.
Old men talking about their old cars.
Yeah. Thankfully, old people watch us, so you know.
That's true.
I think everybody can get on board.
Hey, man, I'll tell you this: the '70s
Was
was
it
a
a
bad,
Squire?
bad time for
No, no,
cars.
my brother might know which car this
Oh, the Country Squire. Yeah.
was. It the Country Squire?
Hey Joe.
Yeah, dude. This was it. This was the car. Okay.
Ah, that's dope.
Now,
Greg.
see, that's badass right there. Even if it is
That
got
was
wood
good.
paneling.
Yeah. That was cool. I was ready to like. I don't think I even drove this more than once. I mean, it didn't have wheels like that. If I had wheels like that, I would have been cool. But I was like ready to like airbrush like a cool like freaking flaming dragon on the front of it.
Dude, I always wanted one of those like
That
late
never
70s
happened, but I
model
wanted
vans.
to do it.
Those were still around when I was a kid, but they were getting rare at that time.
Sold.
I remember
Oh, this
seeing
is
those old
69.
vans.
This is old. That wasn't mine. I didn't.
Well, yeah, pull up the 69 Rambler, and that's what my family, where we traveled everywhere in the 69 Rambler. That thing is just, man, if I could get my hands on one of those this day and age, they are just classically cool. And it's hard to believe
Yeah,
our whole
Ramblers
family
are
just
always
went all over the place.
Yeah, Ramblers are always cool. The wagon.
We wrote our family car was the
wagon.
an early '80s model Chrysler, like Riviera or something.
Mhm.
It was a little gold car with like chrome spoke wheels.
Yeah, I'd drive this now too, especially.
Yeah, I would drive that all day.
Oh, absolutely, that's badass.
Yeah, that's cool.
Super cool.
I'd like to know what that sold for.
And they're all like tanks.
Yep, they rust like hell, but they'd still be driving if they didn't fall apart. Because those engines, you couldn't kill those engines, man.
They're like bulletproof.
Yep.
All right, back to toys.
Yeah, toys.
That was great.
Yeah, on
Some
OffWorld, we
great
sometimes talk
toys
about
again.
toys.
We're back from fun toys to collectible toys.
Yes.
Greg.
Did you guys have Hot Wheels and stuff like that? Like, did you guys collect?
I did.
Oh,
Those were like my first toys I remember having was like Hot Wheels. And I think that was growing up broke. I think that's why I like Transformers so much, because it was like getting a Hot Wheel and a action figure in one.
There you go. There you go.
hell yeah.
Good call. That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
What do you got? What you standing up over there, Greg? What's going on?
He's showing off his Kylab.
Oh, got it. The Kylab soft goods.
The ones I
Wow.
missed out on.
Nice.
Don't worry. It looks like Greg bought
Yeah,
a whole
they're-
bunch. He can share one with you.
No, this is the older one with the black pants, and this is from the new one.
Oh, okay. There was two styles. Nice.
Yeah. And then you got these guys with the
Yeah,
chain.
I've got those. I've got that one. I just don't, and the new one I haven't got my notice
Yeah.
yet for it.
And then this one I'm gonna throw on. I got to pull out a Valiant Knight. I'm gonna throw this
the
on.
lion. Yeah. Yeah, those are fun. I bought that
Yeah,
soft
I
goods
really
pack.
like the little village, like little person that is really cool.
Yeah.
I bought that soft good pack for the Jada Toys Fei Long, and that thing's awesome too.
Oh, really? I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, they made a soft goods pack for it's up there in the case, but yeah, so I bought two Fei Longs. I bought another one to do the soft goods and totally trick him out, and he looks really cool.
Oh, nice. Thank
I bought
God I
that-
didn't
that-
see that.
I bought the Kylabs one for the Ninja Turtles and put it on an orc.
Yeah,
It
me
actually
too.
looks really good. Yeah.
Those look really good. Yeah,
I actually used those and put it on the cartoon Mesco Turtles because I wasn't really too crazy about that color.
I don't have any turtles. I just put it on a Legion's orc. I just had to
that's right. That's right. Yeah,
tie
yeah,
the
yeah.
belt in the back. Yeah. It actually looked pretty good.
yeah. G, you got to get that. It's actually a really good soft good pack. I'm telling you, it's definitely worth it. So quality for so cheap too.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember where I even got it from. It was Mark from Saturday Toy Collectors, the one that sent me the link because I saw it on his review, but I can't remember if it was 5K or somebody else. But yeah, it was so cheap.
It's getting there where the soft good prices are coming down too. You know, you can get a lot of because all the competition, you know, so many people are doing it now.
Mhm.
You can get some nice soft goods without spending too much.
Actually, I think it's
Definitely can,
5K. I'm going to pull it up right now because I think it's still on there. Let me see here for my orders. I mean, this soft good set was really cheap.
Gee, Kylab soft goods fit me. Gee, it's action figures.
All right, here it is. Yeah, there was.
I'm still waiting on a picture of G riding on Boreas.
right. Needs a
So-
step ladder to get on.
So it was $11.99, and it was made by Wormhole Studio Kung Fu set on 5K, $11.99, $4 shipping.
Yeah, man. That's
So $15 for those soft goods.
Yeah, and I mean it's really a good. I'm trying to see if it's still in stock. Hold on a sec. By Wormhole. And let's see. But yeah, what a cheap set and what a well done upgrade to your already cool, figure.
Yeah, it took me a while to get into soft goods, because I was used to like the plastic capes and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want both, I'd rather have one or the other. And then now I'm like, yeah, I want soft goods on everything. They just make everything look so much better.
It does. It really does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny.
Especially when it's done right.
Right.
If I ever got into like soft goods and stuff, I would have to put it on customs because I can't mess with my Legions. I'd have to do it like through a custom or something.
Well, you know what? Some of the Legions you can. You know what I mean? Like you can replace some plastic ones with some soft good ones. Like I added like the Magnus. I put some soft goods on him.
So if they come with soft goods, I put the original on because the complete is
Yeah, correct. Yep.
But
same.
if they don't come with them, then you can add them, and I don't feel like it taints them at that point, makes them cooler.
Yeah, same. Yep.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Did you find what you were looking for, Blake?
Yeah, I think I searched 5K. It's Wormhole Studios is the company that made this soft goods. And they're nowhere to be found. So it must have been like a limited run and they're gone. But
right.
if they pop up, G, I'll send you a message and let you know too. Or put it out there on my IG for people to put the link out there. Super cool.
Wait.
Uh-oh.
There he is.
Uh,
He just woke up.
He couldn't stay away.
Welcome home.
Hey,
Do you
just
feel-
take it all in, Curtis. You're finally home.
do you feel better?
Take it all in.
Welcome back.
Was it worth it?
Had to come save this channel. Music and,
Oh.
and cars. What the hell is going on here, man?
How many people were
Holy
watching your
shit.
show?
Listen, that's nor here nor there. That's nor here nor there.
That's
My
neither here
goodness.
nor
How
there.
did you guys get so far in the fucking weeds? My
Hey, it was a
goodness.
good conversation, man. We were
Hey,
laughing.
man,
our eyes
I
off.
was in charge, so there was no agenda. We just
Man.
started bullshitting about stuff.
There's
Did you
lights
already-
happening.
wait.
There-
Did you see
there's,
how?
Did you already hit
chat
transmissions?
interaction?
Did we already get transmissions out of the way?
That's the whole show is transmissions.
Yeah, didn't you hear about us talking about our transmissions failing?
You came just in time to do the movie specials.
All right. Is that where we're at? We're at this week
Yeah.
in theaters?
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
We're not we're wherever we want to be. It's off-world. We do what we want.
Hmm. All right. Well, let me hit it up. 1982.
Nice.
So, Curtis, just to recap you, the 80s were the greatest time for movies.
I probably
And-
agree
and
with
music.
that. Oh, wait a minute. Let me stop sharing that. Let me share by window. There we go. All right. 1982 to 2015. We're going to go back in time. Folks, this is, if you've joined us for the first time, this is a little segment that we like to call This Week in Theaters. So we're time traveling back in time. We're going to land on a year, whatever year we land on. We're going to walk into the theater on this day in that year. We're going to see one of the top 10 movies that are in the theater for that week. Here we go. 1995.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this isn't going to be good.
All right.
No.
We're starting to get into the summer months. 95 should be good. Should be good.
It's not going to be good.
There we go. 95. And we are looking for November 13th. Here we go. Number one. Oh, thank goodness Dylan's not here. Number one at the
Oh,
theater
here we go. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is good.
is Congo.
I actually went to the theater and saw this movie.
Me too.
Awesome.
Man, this is actually a good lineup.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is where I've got to read the description of the movie, so you guys got to shut the fuck up. All right, I know you've been doing your own thing, and Joe's
go
Listen,
back.
bro,
Go
first
back.
of all, don't be coming up in
Joe's
here
That's
run
all.
wild,
trying to take
do whatever
over.
you want.
Find out
but We
what
need some.
went
We need some
wrong.
order here, okay? We need some order.
I think you got one viewer is missing you, Curtis. Come on.
Dad's home.
Hey, Curtis got here and we went up 5 viewers. So, I mean,
When an expedition to African Congo ends in disaster, a new team is assembled to find out what went wrong.
Oof.
Number 2 at the box office that week is Casper.
Michael Casper.
An afterlife therapist and his daughter meet a friendly young ghost when they move into a crumbling mansion in order to rid the premises of wicked spirits. Next, we have Bridges of Madison County. Photographer Trevor Williams. Oh, nope, that says Robert Kincaid wanders into the life of housewife Francesca Johnson for 4 days in the 1960s. So, all right.
Clint Eastwood movie.
Next, we have Die Hard with a Vengeance. John McClane is forced out of suspension to play a game of Simon Says by a terrorist who has planted bombs all around New York City and will detonate them if McClane doesn't do what he says.
Good one.
Dun, dun, dun. Next, we have Brava Hiart. Scottish warrior William Wallace leads his countrymen in rebellion to free his homeland from the tyranny of King Edward I of England.
Freedom.
Next, we have Crimson Tide. On On a U.S. nuclear missile sub, the first officer stages a mutiny to prevent his trigger-happy captain from launching his missiles before confirming his order to do so. Whoever said that this was going to be bad, you were way wrong, because this is a good list.
Yeah, Blake.
What?
Next, we've got Forget Paris. Mickey, an NBA referee, meets Ellen, an American airline official in Paris. It develops into a relationship of ups and downs.
How did this turn into a regular show in the 5 minutes that I left?
Then, yeah, I had to get this fucking thing back on track because I'm the fucking choo-choo. All right, next we got While You Were Sleeping. Hopelessly romantic Chicago Transit Authority ticket booth operator is mistaken for the fiance of a comatose patient. By the way, this is one of Darla's favorite movies. So, then we've got Johnny Mnemonic with an M, but the M is silent, much like the H in T.J. Williams. So,
Kind of like the laughs when Curtis is on screen.
Fuck you. And you know what? Let me remove this guy. There we go. Get that guy out of there. A data courier, literally carrying a data package inside of his head, must deliver it before he dies from the burden or is killed by the Yakuza. We'll see if Dusty's had enough of a timeout. And last but not least, we've got Mad Love, a wild and sexy story of two passionate young people who take to the road for an incredible adventure of their lives. This is me and Joe traveling to Designer Con together. So
Hey, there it is.
Yeah.
All
right.
right. Are you going to do the surfboard on the top of the convertible?
That's
All
going
right.
to be me. Correct.
Awesome.
All right. So that is our list. You can only see movies 1 through 10. We're starting at the bottom of the list with Smartass Dusty. Dusty, what do you got?
I'm going for Braveheart, of course.
Yes.
Of course.
All right. 1 for Braveheart. And of course, no reasoning, just of course.
Just of course. I mean, of course, it's Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
It's Scottish accents and big ass long swords and
Vicious
evil
battles and
kings,
blood.
gigantic fields of furious fighting.
Carnage.
Bunch of
All
guys
right.
in skirts.
Kilts. They're fucking kilts.
Joe, what are you saying?
I'm going to go see Johnny Mnemonic. It's funny that
With the
I
silent M.
I watched the Congo in the theater, and then years later saw Johnny Mnemonic.
Why can't
And
I hear
at
you?
this point, right now, I regret not. I love cyberpunk type.
I don't think I've seen this movie at all. I remember seeing it like on the rental shelves and stuff, but I don't think I ever watched it.
Yeah, I dig it. So that's my pick. I think it would be awesome to watch on the big screen.
All right. We got 1 for Braveheart, 1 for Johnny Mnemonic with the silent M. Blake, what are you seeing?
Without a doubt. I mean, well, I had to stutter step, Die Hard with a Vengeance. Love that series of Die Hards. Crimson Tide. Wow. Like the battle between the two battle commanders and the subs there. But Braveheart wins out hands down. It's one of my favorite movies. I just enjoy the battles, the patriotism to his country. And, you know, when the Brits slice his wife's throat out, you know, and he revenges basically everything for her. I mean, that is just the ultimate love story, battle, and everything all in one.
I'm here to claim the right of prima nocta.
All right. 2 for Braveheart, 1 for Johnny Mnemonic with the silent M. Trevor, what are you seeing?
Well, Curtis, you can take over the show, but you can never take my freedom.
Trevor's playing with his dolls again.
I can watch this movie at any. It doesn't matter where it is in the movie. I mean, when you were back switching channels, which nobody ever does anymore, but if it came on, man, I'm in. In. I can watch this movie every night, and I love this movie.
Right there with you, Trevor.
Yeah.
And the soundtrack's awesome too, especially when you're chilling, doing stuff.
The soundtrack I listen to all the time as well. Yeah, the soundtrack's incredible. Yeah.
All right.
It's an amazing movie.
Next up is Ted. Ted, what are you watching?
We're also going to see Braveheart.
Yes.
All right.
Archers fire. But sir, won't we hit our own men? Well, yes, but we'll kill theirs too.
And like I told you, I own the island.
So let's see. We've got 1, 2,
The good
3,
Lord says he can get
4.
me out of this, but he's pretty sure you're fucked.
We got 4 for Braveheart. I think Darla would probably go see Braveheart too. She likes Braveheart. Jesse would definitely go see Braveheart. It's one of his favorite films. So we got like.
Didn't he cosplay?
Yeah. So we got like 6 for Braveheart. We got 1 for Johnny Mnemonic. And I could go with Darla and all these other cool people to see Braveheart, but I'm gonna go with Dylan with the popcorn with the hole in the bottom to see Congo. I'm gonna watch those crazy apes jump around and kill people.
Those crazy white apes.
Yep. So, yep. I'm gonna go see Congo.
Better than the normal apes.
Have you seen Congo?
I did. I have, and I like it. I think it's a fun flick, and
it is a fun movie.
Yeah, Congo is
the apes definitely like creep the hell out of me. They creep me out, but I just think it'd be cool to see on a big screen. So, I would have gone with Braveheart, but I mean, all you rest of you guys went with it, and you were going against me on another channel, so fuck you.
You were going against
No,
us.
exactly.
Flip that shit around there, Curtis. You left us, buddy.
Let's see. Rosedale Studio says went with 6 friends to see Congo in the theater, and we all hated it. Okay.
Curtis was feeling like a deadbeat dad. He left all of his kids behind and came back one day and wondered why they were all sour.
5th week.
Rosedale says, how was Braveheart not number 1? Well, Braveheart was in week 4.
That's
Congo
why.
was week 1. So that would be probably why.
I saw Bruce Campbell in the trailer for Congo, and I was like, "Oh, I love Bruce Campbell. I'm going to go check this out." And he dies in like 30 seconds.
I liked who's the other guy? The one that's in Clue. You know what I'm talking about. He's also in Rocky Horror Picture Show. Tim Curry.
Tim Curry.
Yeah, I love him in that movie. He's such a fucking weasel. It's a great character.
A cheese pizza.
Guaisagüe says Braveheart, so he's in with you guys. And then a long freedom. Rosedale says saw Braveheart in the theater 3 times.
Yeah,
Brad says he's going to go see his ancestors in Braveheart. And then Rosedale says Congo sucked.
Right there with you,
Curtis. So,
You know that movie was made in '95, right?
I mean, I'm still gonna go because I think that it would be fun to see the apes on the big screen. Plus, you know, I got Dylan with me, and I got the hole in the bottom of the popcorn bucket. So, you know, what's not to like?
I like Congo. I thought it was a fun movie.
There you go.
What's not to like? What's not to like is
exactly.
If Dylan's the one holding
Hit
the
us
popcorn
again with
bucket.
that, Trevor. There you go. Yeah, there you go. That's Dylan.
Get it, girl. Get it. Oh my God, Becky.
Get some of
Curtis,
that
what's
Dylan
not
hair.
to like is if Dylan's holding the popcorn bucket, pal.
Robo.
I think this week is probably one of the most unilateral likes, like out of the chat and everything, where everyone's pretty much after Braveheart.
Yeah,
I'm for it being. I mean, we've had some weeks where there's only one good movie and all the rest are complete garbage.
Right.
So for a week that actually had some decent picks, and I mean, Crimson Tide's a good movie. You know, definitely I picked Congo. There's a couple other on there that you could definitely
Die
see.
Hard. Yeah.
Die Hard for sure. So
Crimson
I mean,
Tide.
for there actually being decent movies on the list, yes, it was pretty unanimous. So, go ahead. Sorry. I was just reading that comment from Jesse. It just had me chuckling a bit.
Now, kid. That's not funny.
All right. So I am
Here you go, Dusty.
rolling.
oh yeah.
Oh, dude, hell yeah!
Ooh.
What a what's going on back there with the skeleton?
Oh, nice.
Is he being electrocuted? Is it like the drummer being electrocuted and you can see a skeleton?
I don't think we've seen this one. I could be wrong. Hold on. So 1995 looks like we have got some Stretch Armstrong in the house with his Stretch Mobile. His Stretch Limo. Oh, that's cute. Stretch Limo for Stretch
I
Armstrong.
see what they did there. Yeah.
And then you got
Dusty would
Ninja,
have wrecked that car.
Ninja Stretch and Ninja Fetch. His dog's name is Fetch.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And then the bad
Armstrong?
guy, Vac Man. So,
That's out of the blue.
and then Commando
He's,
Stretch and the Intergalactic Vac Pack. So, a lot of Stretch Armstrong stuff here. So,
They should have had a Wretch Armstrong, like like his opposite, evil twin, Wretch Armstrong.
we've got Power Spark. I've never heard of this. I don't know. You guys know Power Spark?
Never heard of it.
Looks like it's a brand like this one's a Batman, but it's a Batman Power Spark vehicle. So it looks. Does it spark when you move it or something? I don't know.
This was a little past my toy collecting time. So
There you go, a little tool set. You know,
You stick it in a socket and you get a spark. So there you go.
there you go. That'll work.
that's what she said.
Oh, look at this little Batman Forever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, man, I love those racing tracks, man. Those
What is
slot cars.
Look at that
Batman
cheap ass
Forever Robin cycle.
pinball game.
Yeah, a little electronic pinball game, $29. A little bat gun. Okay.
So this week I was cleaning out some old drawers in my kitchen.
Like your underwear.
Like in a sexual way?
My underwear
or-
in the kitchen, like junk drawers. Don't you guys have junk drawers, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
I mean, I
those
put.
drawers,
Yeah, I mean,
So-
my junk is in my drawers right now.
So this is how long it's been since I
Mine's
cleaned out
not.
junk drawers. I pulled it out. There was a package of like rolls of caps, for the old cap guns.
no way.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
was a package of those in there. My middle son was like, "I'm taking those," and he like grabbed them and ran away like he was 5. It was
The
awesome.
red paper roll ones, the red
Yeah,
ones.
the red paper
Yeah.
roll caps. Yep. I was
Oh,
like, I should probably clean my kitchen more often.
the final days of Joe.
Oh yeah, the Savage, the P40 Warhawk. That thing's cool.
Yeah, the final days.
What do we got here? What is this?
Spoiler alert: they came back.
Thanks, Joe.
VR Troopers. Wow.
Mm.
Okay. Gargoyles. I didn't know they made gargoyle toys back then.
Oh wow.
Who's making them?
It doesn't say.
Hmm.
It was back when nobody cared.
I'm gonna Google it real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't have any sort of like thing on it for that. Some Transformers.
Those aren't
19.
Transformers. Those are GoBots.
They're imported.
That's Transformers. Laser
No,
Optimus
it's not.
Prime.
It's not.
Transformer Megatron.
Those are not Transformers.
I mean,
Terrible.
all right.
Terrible G2 bullshit. Ugh.
Oh, okay. Marvel stuff. Is this the Toy Biz? Is that what we got here?
Yeah, for sure.
They were made by Kenner. 1995 were made by
Hey,
Kenner
look
Gargoyles.
at the price on that
Oh, okay.
Sentinel. Look at the price and the height.
$24.99 for 14 inches. That's a lot of inches for $24.99.
It's getting a lot there.
Yeah. Are these two different thing characters? Are they just ones in a 4-pack?
Color variant.
Yeah. Little Venom. Yeah, those are kind of
pretty.
cool.
Yeah,
Dude, those
are
were
dope.
solid little figures for what they were.
I like this Daily Bugle setup. That's kind of neat.
I've never seen that.
I haven't either. I don't know what F is. The
Looks fun.
Tri-Spider Slayer. That's
Tri-Spider Slayer.
never seen that. Well, here's where's Dooch? We got the Power Ranger bullshit. Power Ranger bullshit. Or Timu Voltron is what we call it. So
Yes. Thank you.
the Multimax Space Construction System.
By the way, Curtis, I worked a little Voltron joke into my next promo. I think you'll be proud of.
Oh, nice. Do you know when that's going to air?
I do not, but I think Angie and I have plans to film it this weekend, probably.
Oh, okay. Little Hot Wheels. You guys ever into like Hot Wheels or Matchbox or any of that bullshit?
Yeah, I had a case of them. You know,
if you were watching the show, we were talking about it earlier. So.
Yeah,
right.
That's what
No,
got
you were
started
talking
on
about real
Voltron.
cars. Fuck cars. Real
No,
cars.
we were talking about Hot Wheels.
I
love Hot
Micro Machines. I
have this.
really dug the Star Wars Micro Machine stuff.
Yeah.
Yep, I have this Millennium Falcon playset still.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember getting those Micro Machines and stuff at Toys R Us for like pennies on the dollar.
Mm-hmm.
They were basically giving it away.
It's funny, the Micro Machines, these are some of the toys I missed out on because I was in the Marine Corps at the time. That was when I was on my hiatus of collecting. So it's kind of cool to see some of this stuff.
The earlier ones are really cool.
By hiatus, you mean that you couldn't collect because you thought that the other guys would think that you were a pussy.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Hey, sorry. I got to go. I got to run the Toys R Us. Yeah. Whatever. You know what? You can go burn shitters and you're digging the next fighting holes for everybody. You know, like.
Okay. I think we're getting out of the cool toys and getting into some of the bullshit. So yeah. Bullshit. We'll check. We'll give it 2 more slides, but
I remember these things.
Mech Strucks.
Weren't they called like erector sets when we were younger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Those banks are cool. Hell
yeah. You want a
There's just some
Ferengi
Star
bank?
Trek.
I do.
I would take a Ferengi bank.
Hell yeah.
Except when you
That's
put
like
money in
what
it.
movie is that advertised?
When you put money in it, it disappears, though, right?
Are those things
You don't
flocked?
get it back, but yeah.
Dude, that Star Trek console bank, that looks cool. I would take one of those.
What movie were these advertising? Or is it a?
I think that's
Gen
next
show?
gen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
next generation.
Yeah.
Are those character banks flocked? Do they have flocking on them?
It doesn't look like it.
It's hard to tell. It looks like it's
They're
fuzzy.
probably that real soft.
I like this one. I like the console one just to like put on your desk. That's pretty cool.
It's awesome.
I mean, we can all agree Star Trek's better than Star Wars. So
No, we can't.
Ooh, no.
No.
right, Joe?
No.
What's up,
No.
Curtis?
No.
No.
All right, now we're all into remote. Oh, wait a minute. Got something
Oh, look
for,
at the
for
choo-choo.
Dylan. Dylan, are you still watching? You got a gorilla.
A demon gorilla. Why the hell
Gorilla
would
with
the eyes
light up
glow?
Yeah.
Why not?
Possessed.
Only
Right,
requires
right.
4 AA batteries. Oh, and they
It's
are
just
included.
called Gorilla.
Yeah.
It's not even like super laser gorilla. It's just gorilla.
Gorilla.
He doesn't need any special name because he is gorilla. So
Oh no, gorilla with green eyes.
little pinball Power Rangers. All right, now we're in remote control bullshit. So all right, I think that's it. Yep, that's it.
Oh man, look at that.
All right. Well, there's the wish book. So nothing super cool. I think this is the time period where, you know, mid 90s, we're starting to get out of cool toys and get into the bullshit. So
Yeah, they knew I was in the Marine Corps, so
Yeah.
they stopped making cool shit.
toys die for a little bit and then they come back strong, come back with a vengeance.
Those Marvel figures look pretty cool though.
They were pretty good. Yeah.
I wasn't.
Especially that day.
Curtis,
that-
did you
I like
say
that
those were
Daily
the Toy
Bugle.
Biz?
No,
I think they
well,
were.
Blake said that they were Kenner in 95.
No,
but-
no, the gargoyles were kidding.
No, gargoyles.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think those were Toy Biz.
Yeah, that Marvel should have been Toy Biz, but I was questioning myself when I thought Blake was telling me I was wrong.
No, no.
I got to listen to him. He's the star of the show. So
I wonder,
You know what
was it
happened?
was
You
it
weren't really
Toy
here
Biz
for most
that
of the
made,
show,
like, the
so you're
12-inch
kind of like
X-Men
off.
figures that had like 5 points.
I'm sorry, Greg, who is definitely with a high teddy bear, was talking at the same time as you, Dusty, so we couldn't hear what you were saying.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I was just curious if they were the ones that made the. I remember seeing a lot of X-Men 12-inch tall figures.
Oh, 12?
Yeah, they
they were
did
like
some-
5 points of articulation, and I remember seeing a lot of those back then.
Yeah, they did the 6-inch, and then on certain characters, they did a 12-inch version of the same character. Same design and everything.
Yeah, like I remember seeing like a Weapon X and a lot of the all X-Men characters and stuff in 12-inch, and I always thought they were the coolest thing, but never bought any of them.
Pretty cool.
Cool, but I'm not gonna buy it.
All right, what else we got going on?
I
don't know where you guys
cars.
Yeah, fuck music, fuck cars.
We were having fun.
Fuck two music in cars.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there you go. Look at that vinyl. That's so nice.
This is actually a program.
Oh, that's a program. I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh, that's so cool.
Oh, look at that.
That's some vintage shit right there, buddy.
Yeah, that's cool.
This is a great tour.
The real Iron Man.
Curtis, there for a minute, it looked like you put your cup down and I picked it up.
Oh, nice. we're working together.
Yeah,
passing it off.
Power slave.
Now, if only Greg could hand a joint over to Trevor.
They're not that far away. It's actually possible.
Other way, Greg. There you go.
Oh, nice.
You gotta grab it, Trevor. You didn't grab.
Trevor ain't paying any attention. Right. He's too busy looking at his
other side, other way, Trevor. Other side, Trevor.
Your other left.
Other side, not on my screen. I'm going the right way.
I know.
You got it reversed on your screen. Then there it is. Yeah. Oh, you got
the cat.
You got the cat's butt.
You can't put his butt up.
I can't believe you let that pussy take your fucking joint.
I know.
Greg, Trevor put his finger on your cat's butt.
Greg, you're the cat's ass, man.
Meow. The cat didn't leave either. The cat sat there.
You can't stay over. Well, cats love putting their ass in your face.
That was hilarious.
Just remember, if Trevor comes over, hide your cat.
Good stuff.
Meow. Trevor.
I have that effect.
So, Steph, I was actually referring to an interview that Blake did with Mark Thomas on Saturday Morning Toy Collector, where he said that, when he went into the military, he had to kind of be tough and had to, do away with childish things like toys until he got older and realized that, you know what? Who cares what other people think? If it makes you happy, go ahead and get them.
And let me break that down just a little bit more. I never said childish. I just said I went in there and, I was worried about what other people would think, but I still thought the toys were cool. And then did a big in-depth with Schmerber on New to Mythics with him on kind of the background of it. So I'm glad I've evolved and I'm back to Blake.
Those
the
two
big kid.
Mark's episode and then Schmerber's is a great 1-2 punch to learn everything you need to know about Blake. And then you'll realize why he is the star of Offworld. So, yeah. I'm guessing you guys did Event Horizon, talked about stuff coming up.
We
We did that.
There is no real primary objective anymore.
We did it already. It was cars and music.
That's not a primary objective.
It was the primary objective.
Schmerber says, thanks. Blake is the man. You're the man, Schmerber.
Love you, Schmerbs.
Yep. Crom says, Blake is 110% correct. Would have been frowned upon at the time. Listen.
You know it, Devil Dog. You know it.
Yeah, but didn't I think he said that when he was in the military, though, that he had a figure in his pocket, though. So
right.
Yeah. So talking on both sides of his mouth. So it's okay to collect toys as long as you keep it hidden,
Well, yeah, I mean,
Don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah, exactly. I was just gonna say.
Back when you could, yeah.
I didn't know that Don't Ask, Don't Tell applied to toy collecting in the military.
Yeah, that's what it was all about. What'd you
Don't
think
action
it was
figure,
about?
don't tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we got some lightning round. Joe, did you come prepared with any lightning round?
I didn't prepare anything. That's
Wow.
where we got to where we were.
Blake, do you have a
That was
lightning
fun.
round?
I had a couple. Let me pull them. I actually made a note. Give me a second here.
See, that's why he's the star of the show, Joe. Comes
Hell
fucking
yeah.
prepared.
Man, I've been saying I was the
Preparation,
sidekick
Joe.
this whole time. I pushed buttons. Not well, but I did it.
Mhm.
You did good, Joe.
That was all right.
I would say
Great.
you even did well.
I got my first one.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to start with, let's go with Trevor above me here really quick. We'll go first. All right. What word is the number one word you hate hearing?
Oh.
Yeah, you could take that in a couple of respects, right?
Yeah. Let's say the number one word you hear that you hate hearing
Just the
said
sound
to
of.
you. Said
Oh.
to you. Spoken
Dumbass.
at you.
Got to be something in there.
Nate.
No,
That's a good one.
one word. Oh God.
Yeah. All right, well, let's make it simple. One word, just one word that you don't like, that you can't stand hearing. It's an annoying word.
We don't hear it often, but I've always hated the word dainty. It just bothers me.
Yeah, you're a little
There's a new version of that now that I can't think of, not of that word, but of like there's something else that really like I can't stand hearing. I can't remember what it is, but yeah, I guess I mean in the other respect, I suppose. Well, you can't say no because like sometimes no is good. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Dainty. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
Stop, no, and don't. As long as it's no, don't stop.
If you got like a hyphenated, Trevor, if you've got like a hyphenated word or something like that, you can use that too.
All right, come back to me. I'll think
Okay.
about it.
Who's next?
Greg?
Oof.
Saw that one coming. Yeah.
Oof. I could see oof. Yeah.
All right. Curtis?
You get. I'm gonna say irregardless because it's not really a word.
It's not a word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
Dusty?
a good one.
Oh. Wow. One word I don't like hearing. Yeah, you'll have to come back to me.
For me, I mean it's your pick your modern slang. I know my girlfriend's young kids will say things like "gat" and stuff like that, and they're just made up words that
Gibbity.
get on my old they get on my old nerves. So yeah. Hey, hold on, Crom. Joe tried to keep it together. Joe kept it together. Thank you very much. Everything was going just fine. All right, Blake, what do you got?
I don't like the word dude. What's up, dude? I don't know. It just annoys me. I don't know. I can get along with bro. I can handle bro
I
more
hate
than
bro, and I can deal with dude.
Yeah, see,
I hate
I
bro.
agree with
Bro.
All right,
No.
Blake.
The young
Send
kids
all,
say it weird
yeah,
too.
send
bro.
all your bros to
Bro.
him. You can send all your dudes to you guys. Just trade
Yeah.
them.
dude and bro.
Bro.
All right,
What you
dude.
doing, bro?
Bro.
All right, bro.
Dude.
God, imagine you gotta like
Bro.
remember who hates what. Like,
Dude.
so you gotta go up to the people like Legion's kind of like, wait a minute, don't call that guy dude.
They'll be like, "What's up, Trevor, bro? What's you doing?" Oh, nice. Yes.
Why does he look Russian now?
I know, right? It's all of a sudden he's got this Cossack look to him or something.
That's your
top one-
beanie. I don't know. You had to.
Don't shoot. I know many secrets.
The top right one looks like a Bollywood scene or something like that.
You're
I don't know
right.
what's
No
going on there.
That's Joe Luke Picard.
Yeah. Hell yes.
All right, next. You got another one, Blake? Or is that it?
I think. What was the other
In
one?
the meantime, Joe, you should be looking for one as well.
Nah. I'm good. Thanks, so.
So fucking lazy.
You should, other show guy.
I've
Where's
already
yours
carried
at?
one show, and you got to come and carry this one too.
I don't think that you carried it very well. That's not what I heard.
With your
Carried all
3
the
views,
trash.
that wasn't really a
People might
carry.
not have watched it, but it was a good conversation.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
That
This
no
one,
one will
this
ever
one should be
see.
pretty good. All right. We'll start with Joe first. All right. You're out shopping, looking for action figures or some cool stuff to collect. What's your favorite store?
Ooh.
Current day or any?
It could be when you were younger or now.
Or both. Give us both.
Yeah.
There was. I'm gonna have to go with Toys R Us. I know it's kind of the easy answer, but like the area that I'm in, there wasn't a huge selection of toy stores, but there was in Reno. There was just this massive Toys R Us that was like warehouse sized, and when I was a kid, I could spend hours just wandering around that place looking at. It was like a museum for toys. Amazing. So yeah, Toys R Us.
And now?
The internet. There's no fucking toy stores.
That's funny.
Internet.
All right.
Internet.
Dusty.
Toys R Us. I'll second that all day. I spent many years working for an oil company, stopping. That was my lunch break every day. I'd find the nearest Toys R Us and stop there, park my truck, go in, and just hunt. And then modern day, the funnest store would probably be like the FYE in a mall for your entertainment, but it's so expensive. So I never buy anything there, but I love going in there. But to actually hunt for stuff, if I was going to buy something off the shelf, it'd be at Target.
So let me tell you why Toys R Us is the wrong answer here. They had a bunch of bullshit, all right, including diapers. If you have diapers, you're not a toy store, okay? I don't give a fuck. You can call yourself whatever R Us.
That was
if you had
Babies R Us.
diapers. No,
Yeah, that
had
was
diapers
Babies
in
R
there.
Us.
They had diapers. They had little strollers. They had all that kind of other shit in there.
KB was a
They had
superior
board
toy store.
games. They had puzzles. All this kind of shit. Toys R Us sucked. Overrated, big, and there was only like 2 aisles that were any good. The rest of it, garbage. KB Toys.
Yeah.
KB Toys rocked. You walked in there, and the entire place was just fucking awesome. From the time that you walked in, and they had the displays up at the front, and like,
With the robot
dinos and different
dogs.
things going on, and mechanical things, and then you go in the aisles, and it's just packed with all the shit that you want to see. KB Toy all day long. Now,
I agree, Curtis. I agree.
This is surprising for me, but now GameStop. GameStop is my favorite place. To look
Oh,
at
good call. Yeah.
and I wouldn't have thought that like a couple months ago, but I started seeing all these people finding like different McFarlanes at GameStop, and so I started going into them and hitting them when I'm on the road and stuff. And man, I tell you what, GameStop's got some good freaking toys. So
Yeah, I
That's
got
where
a
I got-
couple of cool PX statues, GI Joe statues at GameStop. Yeah, that's a good call.
That's where most of my D&D pops came from, was GameStop.
there you go.
Yeah, good
Greg,
call.
favorite toy store when you were a kid and now?
As a kid, I loved FAO Swords in the city. My mom used to take me on the weekends.
Oh,
We used to go into the city by the train, and it was like we used to walk through the city. It was like a little thing to do every weekend. And KB and FAO Swords was really cool. Like you walked in, it was like four floors of all toys you could play with. It was that was fun. And then about 10 years ago was like Toys R Us. In this area there was a lot of Toys R Us, and then I found a lot of gems out here. And then now is like GameStop, Target, and then Chubsy Wubsies.
That was more than one, but that's cool. That works.
What hey, listen,
Trevor, we got a question from Terrence. He asked, "Do you like coffee?"
Oh yeah, I already answered that in the in
Oh,
the
yeah.
chat.
Trevor says yes, Terrence.
There you go.
So, Trevor, toys, kid, and now.
Yeah, I think Toys R Us is a little overrated. I not for the same reasons that you outlaid there, but they had a lot of the same stuff over and over again. I don't know. There was a lot of Barbie stuff. They had a lot of stuff, but I did like the compactness of KB. I worked at a KB for a while, and yeah, Kitty City was wild, but I don't really remember. Like there was a Kitty City a ways away from us.
I've never even heard of that.
It was massive. It was massive like Toys R Us, but I think there was more like toys than there was a Toys R Us. But I don't know. KB just had that like like you said, it was just jam packed with stuff because it was usually a fairly small store. So and they had everything you wanted. Really, I mean, it was everything you needed. So yeah, I gotta have to go with KB. But Kmart wasn't bad either back in the day either. Now there's a place called Chosen One near me. It's a great toy store. I mean, they have everything.
Oh, cool.
But it's all eBay prices. So I never buy anything from them unless I really, really want something that I can't find anywhere else, which is pretty much not the case with the Joe's favorite store, the internet.
Yeah, the internet.
The internet store.
Well, you guys live in places with stuff.
You don't want to buy it at an actual store because it's too expensive.
It's not just sand.
I got this hot toy online for like $50, $80 less than they have it at the store. Yes, I could have it now, but like I could just have it tomorrow. Like
well, Joe lived in Mars, so I mean, geez,
it's basically the same thing. It takes just as long for things to get delivered.
Well, I see Rick Jones here said Montgomery Ward and then said Sears and then said JCPenney's. And I tell you what, like we pull up like those Sears wish books and the JCPenney's wish books. I don't think my parents ever bought something for us from Sears or JCPenney's, but that's where we looked at for toys.
Well, you had to
look through that and then they would go to Kmart or Walmart or whatever. Yeah.
That was the whole point of those catalogs, was so you could order stuff.
Yeah,
Our Sears and JCPenney's never had toys in the stores.
I don't know. Sears had a great like Star Wars Kenner section.
Did they?
Yeah, they had a lot of stuff for when the Kenner Star Wars stuff was out. They had a lot of stuff.
William says Kmart was great in the 60s and 70s. So
yeah, Kmart was great.
Showing a little bit of his age there.
Blue light specials, baby.
When I first moved here, they had a Sears outlet, and all it was like one room with like 3 catalogs in it. And you would go in there and you could order stuff out of there, and they would ship it to the outlet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But there was like no products. It was just catalogs.
Oh, Curtis, you need to look at service merchandise catalogs.
Oh, yeah.
Never heard
service
of
merchandise.
Service merchandise.
I remember them.
Yeah, service merchandise was like even better than the Sears catalog.
Steph says scored a Gentle Giant Star Wars bust at a GameStop for under $5. First job was at Kmart. I was picked to sell guns. Go figure. All right.
I did third shift stock at a Kmart when I was a teenager.
Blake,
20.
what toy store as a kid, toy store now, or toys for now?
Well, runner-up as a kid was definitely FAO Schwartz. It was an experience, and I really liked all the high-end, unique, different one-off toys. But when it came to what I was really collecting and everything, I have to go with Toys R Us. In North Chicago, in the Chicagoland area, Toys R Us back in that day did a lot of really cool things. I like KB, don't get me wrong. But they used to do stuff like bring in, I met Walter Payton there and got an autograph. You know, they had a Jeffrey the Giraffe coloring contest. So I won $150. You know, they used to do a lot of really cool stuff. And so what I liked about Toys R Us, and I think one of the major downfalls, was the sheer fact that they stopped innovating. They stopped doing what they did that really worked for them back in the day, and they just got away from it and they got sloppy.
Yeah, and they stopped selling toys and started selling cribs and stuff. You know.
No, you're right. Yeah, and Curtis
see, you guys are talking about that, but like the Toys R Us that I went to, there was 2 separate buildings. One was Toys R Us and one was Babies R Us. So
we had the 2, but the Toys R Us still had the other shit in it. You just probably never went to those aisles.
Yeah. And
Curtis
same
is
thing.
right.
Curtis,
We had like 5 aisles of like actual.
It was still, if you cut that stuff out, that the toy store, the toys itself was a huge store. That was
but the only toys that were any good were like the 2 aisles of boys' toys, and everything else was like, I mean,
they had the
I
Lego.
don't know. They had a huge Lego section in the one that I
I
was.
remember
yeah, like I
going-
said, I was talking about good toys.
I had a huge toy device here. It was called Kids
Legos
World.
suck.
I remember
What happened
going-
to you on that show, Curtis? Like you got ruined, man.
Yeah, he came in
That's
all
it.
angry.
You know why? You know why
You
Legos
got
suck?
poisoned over
Stepped
there.
on a Lego.
You know why
once
Legos
and
suck?
that was
It requires reading. So fuck
You
that.
look at the pictures. You look at the pictures.
Lil Curtis was left out because
So yeah, so
his
basically,
Batmobile looked like something else.
I think that there was a lot going on there, but I agree. There was I remember my Toys R Us back in the day. We had some, some crib section and stuff, but I had fun. Yeah, I had fun going with my sister because in the girls section was strawberry shortcakes and helping her find different strawberry shortcake dolls that she was missing.
Smelling them all, right?
Dude, those
Yeah,
strawberry
sniffing them.
shortcakes smelled so good. Oh
Mhm.
my gosh.
Hey, to this day,
Blueberry,
I
the
still scratch
blueberry
and
one.
sniff.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh fuck.
Absolutely. And then my current
I
one, which
may have combed quite a few strawberry shortcake hairs in my day. Just saying.
wow,
So-
nice to
Oh,
know.
really?
They're bringing those back.
Yeah, and My Little Ponies too. Like, yeah, I'd comb some pony hair all day. So
Yes,
That-
Steph,
is
it
that
was
code for something.
no,
You know what I had like I worked at a Toys R Us for like a Christmas season, and I think that's what put me off that too. Is like you'd have to face the shelves, meaning make everything nice,
Zone
and neat on the shelf.
facing.
And those they were so long that by the time you got like 3/4 of the way through, these little brats had destroyed everything that you'd just done.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is a pointless
And
job.
what are kids
What am
doing
I
in there
doing?
at 9:00 at night anyway?
Yeah.
No, this was during the day.
all right. What about now, Blake?
Now, I would say that my favorite toy store, and even when I go back to Denver, I spent many years in and out of Denver. My favorite toy store there is called Hero Headquarters. If you ever guys want to Google it, if you're ever in the Denver metro area, it's actually in an area called Westminster, Colorado. And the owner is a fellow Marine brother of mine, and he is super cool. And they have some of the coolest stuff. In fact, if you bring up Hero Headquarters, you might be able to see they have a life-size he got the actual SDCC Hulk life-size statue. He actually got it from them. It's in his store. And I just love it because he has got all these glass cases where he has a lot of some of the new and old retro on display. And he seems to get really good inventory and keep up with it. Plus he buys toys, from locals here, a lot of vintage stuff. So,
Colorado?
yeah, it's Hero Headquarters in Westminster, Colorado.
I've been to Westminster. I don't remember.
And some of his pictures on there will show, there's the Hulk. It's just one of those, if you're out, and for some reason in the Denver metro area ever, whether it's business or traveling, stop in the Hero Headquarters. It's a fun place.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, I got a couple. We will start with Dusty. What was your first job? Tell us, not just the place, but tell us a little bit about what you did.
Papa John's. I slapped pizza dough and spun it in the air. And,
Nice.
yeah, made pizza
Little pizza spinner, huh?
from 4:00 until 9:00 every day during the week, and then like 2:00 to midnight, sometimes 1-2 o'clock in the morning on the weekends.
I mean, I've seen you often. I've hugged you. Never would have described you as a spinner. So that's interesting.
Well, I'm a standing spinner, not a sitting spinner.
Gotcha. Joe, first job. What did you do?
Ranch hand.
Wow.
There not a ton of jobs, out.
So tell us a little about what that was like.
Well, I dropped out of high school when I was 16 and I had to get a job. So, the farming paid okay.
Mhm.
And got up like, 5 o'clock in the morning and went and fed the cows at the butt crack of dawn. And if you help birth calves and,
that had to be kind of an interesting experience.
castrating and vaccinating during that
Mm.
season, and the farm I worked on, the guy who owned it, his name was Nilo Morai. He was an old time farmer. So, like, my dad on his farm would use like the rubber bands, right, for
Jesus, I
castration.
don't need to hear this.
So I won't tell the story because I don't want to upset Trevor, but he would do it with a pocket knife, and it was a process. Yep, because he was old school. So, and cows, if you don't know, they have 4 stomachs. So sometimes if they like get out and eat green hay, they'll bloat because they can't pass the gas. And I actually got to see him pull out a knife and stab it, right, and save its life by stabbing it and releasing the gas. And that's an interesting smell.
Huh. Yeah, I might have to have Darla do that for me someday.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's a last resort, apparently.
Yeah.
I did that for 2 years, and then I got the job at the mine and everything.
Awesome. Blake, first job.
Pull up the chat, our off-world chat. I sent you 2 pictures I want you to share. So my first job, besides shoveling snow and cutting grass, like I think a lot of us did, was a place called Frank's for the Memories. It was a family that relocated to North Chicago from Buffalo, New York, and they had the recipe for buffalo wings that would absolutely destroy everyone out there. And that little place, I worked there for several years. The family, Carol and Jim Schultz, are absolutely just amazing people. They were like my second mom and dad. And it was just the best thing I could have ever done through school. I would play sports. I was taking care of my handicapped sister, and I was working there a lot just to, do my thing. But if you want to ever have the best buffalo chicken wings ever, and they've won the contest in Buffalo, New York, several years in a row, you need to go to Frank's for the Memories when you're in North Chicago, Mundelein, Illinois.
Man, I haven't had dinner yet. We don't need to be talking about food.
And they actually make, and you guys on the East Coast will know this, they actually serve a Malecki hot dog, all beef, legitimate Malecki hot dog.
Meanwhile, you ruined Trevor's appetite for the next week.
Yeah, we might be off meat altogether. I'm not really sure.
All right, Trevor, first job.
I delivered penny savers, and if you know penny savers, everybody gets a penny saver. So in my neighborhood, I don't even know how many that entailed, but all I know is that I had saddlebags on my bike, and I don't know how I balanced this thing, man. Like they were packed with penny savers because I did not want to go back and then start again.
Right.
I had to at some point, but like I probably had like 100 of them on my bike at one time. So.
Did you get paid by the book, or
what's that? What is he?
Did you get paid by the book delivered, or did you?
Nah, it was just. I don't think so. I don't know. It was just
a route.
I remember.
What the hell is going on?
I didn't know what your first job was going to be, but I somehow knew you'd have saddlebags. like it had to be before cars were invented.
You can get saddlebags now for a bike. I mean, what the hell are you talking about?
Shit.
A Pony Express.
Old saddlebags.
That'd be a great nickname for Trevor. Old saddlebag.
You don't put one of those stupid bags around your arm.
What do you think? Trevor was throwing out on his horse or something?
I don't know. I was like, when he said saddlebags, I'm like, how fucking old is this guy? Good stuff. All right, Greg, first job? What'd you do?
First job was Dunkin' Donuts.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, from serving coffee to stuffing donuts.
The one over there by the your work.
The thing.
The one actually right around the corner from where I live now.
Oh, very nice.
That's cool.
And what kind of things did you say you were doing?
I slang coffee and stuffed donuts.
What'd you stuff the donuts with?
It was a surprise.
Quarterback, dime bag.
No comment.
He was the donut dealer.
This Dunkin' Donuts had a drive-through.
Filling du jour.
Do you have the hemp donut in?
You get a nickel bag with every donut.
Always tell people, if you ever want to see me naked, just stick your hot thumb through a donut.
Wow.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
Wow.
Oh, that's disturbing.
All right. I got a job at Taco Bell, and my parents would not let me work during the week because of school, so I could only work on the weekends, and I needed money because I was trying to get a car. So I worked a 16-hour shift on Saturday and a 16-hour shift on Sunday in the drive-through the whole time. So 32 hours on the weekend, and then would go to school during the week. So, which sucked. I only did that for about 6 months before I got a different job. But
And what kind of car did you get?
I bought a shit. Well, my first car was
High
one
five,
that was
Trevor.
given to me from my dad, which never ran. Which I put in the comments earlier was a Renault Fuego, which means fire.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened. Is that it caught on fire?
That's what happened to my Torino Elite. It caught on fire.
And then my second car was one that I bought from my mom. It was my mom's old car. It was a Chevy Cavalier, and I bought it for $500. So,
are we talking cars? We got to stop this.
It was a question that was handed to me. So,
I had an '85 Chevy Cavalier.
People were very much enjoying themselves.
that was what I had. I had '85 Chevy Cavalier. So
Fuego.
I'm still a little traumatized by the first job thing. I feel like I did it wrong compared to everyone else.
Why? Because you were getting up early in the morning and castrating
depends
animals?
on your perspective, Joe. I don't know.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I should have got a job at, like, I don't know, somewhere that served food. Probably would have been more pleasant.
There's
says
places
he
to
was-
serve bold nuts.
You make it sound like I'm old because I had saddlebags on my bike. Joe's out castrating cows
On an actual horse.
with a knife.
With the knife. Yeah.
Karen says I was hired to scoop ice cream, and a cranky old lady. She was like 40 at the time. Yeah, very old. Very old.
Wow.
Hey,
Made fun of
40
me
looked like 80 back then.
for not being able to get the perfect 2-ounce scoop on the first day, so I quit. Made it one day. Let's see.
I quit washing dishes after like 2 days.
I am comes in. It says I took over that penny saver route briefly, but I got our mother to drive me around in the van.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Wow.
Work
I
smarter.
guess we see which one's the favored child, you know. Trevor has
Somebody's spoiled.
Trevor has to drive himself around on the bike. I am gets driven around the van.
He gets chauffeured.
Yeah. I mean,
His
shit,
bicycle had one
what work are
pedal.
you really doing at that point if the van's driving you around? I mean, you're just, you're not doing anything.
Sitting at the slider door.
Your mom should have got the money from the job.
Chucking them out the window.
Yeah.
Pride.
Yeah.
I got attacked by dogs. You don't get that kind of experience driving a van, okay? Life experience.
Now I can see Trevor on a bicycle looking exactly like he does now, with big saddlebags hanging off the back and dogs just facing down the street.
No, but he had long hair.
Wasn't
back
easy to
then.
move with that shit.
PGG coming soon.
Did you have your rocker hair back then? Were you sporting some long hair back then?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
And now
I was really young when I
did.
did this, so it probably wasn't that long, but it was.
Never mind.
What?
I said now you just sit in a rocker, so it's just a little bit different.
Hey, by the way, me and
No
Trevor
respect,
are the
no
same age.
respect.
Me and Trevor are the same age, so stop busting on him, man. We're not that old.
Hey, I'm turning 50 next week, so I'm getting there myself.
I'm right there with you guys. I'm 48, so
Welcome to the crew
Oh.
here soon.
Wait, am I the youngest here?
yeah, oh yeah, by
47,
far.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're an infant.
You're a baby.
Yeah, we got to get like Ryan Gonzalez and get Dylan in here. Like those are the young
Dylan,
guys.
yeah, no kidding.
It's
like
Your lungs
I got
are the
kids.
oldest, but you're the.
yeah. Wow. All right. I've got one more. I don't know if anybody else has one, but here we go. Starting with Greg. A toy line that at some point in your life, kid or now, whatever, some point in your life you collected, but you really didn't advertise that you collected. So I'm going to try to keep a little hush hush. What do you got,
Marvel
Greg?
Universe figures, Marvel Universe, the little 3 3/4 inch.
3 3/4 Marvel Universe.
Exactly.
Okay. Trevor?
They had I just saw these at a show too. They were called like Heroes of the Revolution, I think they were called. They were cloth goods action figures with
From the 1920s, right?
Constitution signing action. Ben Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, John Adams. Yeah, I didn't pick these out. My parents kind of got them for us for Christmas, I guess. And but I don't know. I kind of dug them. They were kind of cool. But I didn't.
All right, that works.
I didn't bring them out on the street. You know, like, hey, you want to play? You want to play Founding Fathers?
Yeah, but he's not
I
old.
don't think that.
He's not
I don't think that would have
old.
gone over very well.
He's not old.
I want to role play the Declaration of Independence.
Exactly. I'm gonna go and write the preamble for 2.5 hours.
Nice. You want to play Founding Fathers? And...
That sounds like a sexual game.
Fondling fathers.
Fondling fathers.
All right, Blake, what do you got?
Back in the day, I collected the little Smurfs. I liked all the rubber Smurfs. I literally I think I had every one of them. I liked them
Those
so
are
much.
cool. They made a ton of those things. So, all right, Joe, what do you got?
I don't think I got anything for this. Like something that I was ashamed to collect.
Not necessarily ashamed of, but you didn't advertise to people that you collected these, whether it was as a kid or later on, whatever.
Okay. So there's an anime called Macross.
Okay.
It's a giant robot anime, but a big part of the show is singing, right? So I have the statues of the female characters, from Macross because I love them. And
what is Macross?
It's an anime, a giant robot anime, like planes turn into giant robots.
Jetfire was actually a Macross figure.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Valkyrie.
I think
from
I've
the
heard of that.
originals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did the
But
toys
singing
sing?
What's that?
Did the toys sing? Or
No. They're statues. They're nice statues, but like I don't know. Like I dated a girl. She saw the statues, and the first thing she did was like pick them up and look to see if they had underwear on. And I was like, no, like they're not that kind of statues, you know.
Oh my God.
But that that's I think what people think. So I don't talk about it because I think most people that are fans of the show would probably buy the giant robots. No, I buy the girl singers from the show because I think it's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dusty, what you got?
The only thing that I can think of that
I got a couple Transformer G2s.
No, I didn't either. No, I did not. The only thing I can really think of that I bought because I liked it and I thought it was cool that I didn't think anybody else would give a shit about was Ultraverse figures from the Ultraverse comics. It was Prime, and there was one named X, and a lot of those characters ended up getting bought out and used in Marvel and DC and stuff like that. But
yeah, I don't even know what that is.
There was like a Iron Man knockoff called Prototype.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And Prime was essentially Shazam.
Like these
Captain
things?
Marvel. Yeah, there you go. There they are.
Yeah, Prime School.
Never seen these.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I might actually still have these somewhere. But yeah, nobody ever heard of them or knew anything about them because they were kind of obscure. But that was one of those things where I had to have them all.
No, that's Pokemon.
I've got to catch them.
That's got to catch
for me.
them all.
Yeah. For me, Care Bears, like the little ones, the little whatever 5 points articulation.
5 points.
Dude, I had a shit
Oh,
ton of
square
them.
crotches.
Dude, I had so many Care Bears. It was ridiculous, and it was one of those things where I would have my parents get it for me, but like whenever my friends would come over to play, I would hide them. Like I didn't want my friends knowing that I had Care Bears.
Which bear is that?
That's
the one
Hemp Bear. That's
Jesse. Yeah, Jesse made that one for him. So
that's Stoner Bear.
I think the bear's name is Greg.
Oh my goodness. Trevor.
Holy shit. Wow.
Oh, those are nice.
I don't know
Now
why
we
they
know
take-
why you like soft goods.
The founding fathers.
Their heads were soft too.
Wow, I'm sure.
That's a problem with this show, actually.
That is impressive.
I still have the Benjamin Franklin figure. Or I think I found it somewhere because
I never would have even guessed that this was a toy line. That is fucking wild. We had some answers in the chat. Terrence said he had She-Ra figures, which I think a lot of folks that had He-Man.
I wouldn't have been embarrassed of that.
You know what? I think it depends on which ones you had. Like if you had the Horde, probably not. But if you had like the girls and you were brushing their hair and stuff, you probably want to keep that. Yeah. Crom 316 said GoBots. Didn't advertise that he had GoBots. So
I'll tell you a toy line I always appreciated, but I never actually had it.
Mhm.
But if I was around them, dude, I was playing with them constantly. Was the little strawberry shortcake play sets?
Mm.
Like the
Those
little
are actually
miniature
pretty
play
cool.
sets.
Those are good.
Dude, I'd have played with those if I had them. I'd have played with them constantly.
Steph
why we
said she had a massive Pez collection of dead presidents. So now I don't know if that's just saying like it's presidents and they're no longer living, or if like the Pez dispensers were like zombified.
If you pull Kennedy's head back, a bullet shot out.
wow.
That's just jacked up.
That is so fucked up.
And Lincoln's whole never mind. No.
Yeah,
I know.
Joe's background just turned to flames all of a sudden.
Lincoln's was a
came out the back
two-pack. It
of
was
his
him
head.
and John Wilkes Booth.
Terrence said he had all the She-Ra figures, even had to hide the Crystal Palace. So there you go.
You know, it's interesting that you think about that, because when I was a kid, I remember looking at the She-Ra figures like on the shelf. They're because of the era, there was never a process in my head where like I would think about, like I would buy them now, but as a kid, you know, like they were girl toys.
Well,
so.
I think what like bridged that gap was the evil characters, right? Like the Horde characters look just like normal He-Man figures. Like they were, you know, the Mantana and the Grizzlor and stuff. Like you looked at them, you're like, oh, these are, you know. So, but then if you're going to get those, the other ones are part of the same line. It's like, but where do you, you know? Where do you draw
That's what
that line,
I'm just
you
saying.
know?
Like as a kid, you know, like just buying girls' toys wasn't a thing. So I didn't have sisters or anything like that.
It was okay.
That was what I did, as I convinced my sister how cool they were, and she should buy them.
Right.
So like Chris would come around, I would get the He-Man stuff, she would get the She-Ra stuff, and then I would play with all of it.
Yeah.
So
smart.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
It was cool to buy She-Ra, but if you went beyond that, there was something wrong with you.
If you got the other girl.
Yeah, if you got the other girls and stuff.
That's coming from a guy that plays with strawberry shortcake dioramas.
I mean, you know, listen, I mean, if you're a bigger guy, you just like stuff that smells like food. So, you know?
Right.
Maybe that's what it was all along. I gotta really think.
I'm just hungry.
Yeah. He just needed a damn snack.
Snacking on strawberry shortcake this day, they get you 40.
All right. Well,
all right.
Wow.
Anybody else?
We were off the rails earlier.
Oh man, what time is it?
It's that time. All right. Let's
Good night,
go around the
everybody.
horn. Greg, what you got going on?
Nothing much, man. Just hanging out.
You going to Maryland?
No, I am not. I'll be there in spirit.
Gotcha.
And I'll be here next week probably as well on Friday.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Trevor, what you got?
I got nothing. Clearing out my basement and I don't know, playing D&D maybe Monday. I don't know.
Congrats on 100 episodes.
Thank you. That was a great episode. Thank you very much for your very generous super chats. Your super chat and everybody else. That'll go to more prizes next.
Anything else with like the 6-pack or best of month?
No, the 6-pack's kind of on hold. We may turn that into more of a general toy show and just get 6 people on there, like the 3 of us and 3 random people or whatever. So just to talk about more general toys, because I don't think, in my opinion, YouTube has enough shows talking about group panels talking about toys. So I figured,
yeah, it's definitely a shortage.
Why not fill that hole? So to speak.
Yeah. That's correct.
Yeah.
I mean, is there any 1/6 stuff that's come out recently that you're like, man, I really want to talk about this? Or are you kind of out of 1/6? Or are you still?
I'm not out of it. No, I'm still collecting it. I don't know. It got to be. It's a very contentious thing to talk about. A lot of people. I don't know. A lot of the shows are very. As much as we talk about stuff, and there's people who are, kind of have their issues and stuff, and the cabal and things like that. 1/6 is really volatile.
Really?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. As soon as a figure comes out, it's like, oh, that looks nothing like even if it's like off a little bit, and then it's just I don't know. It's just debate. Just enjoy the figure, you know what I mean, or don't buy it, whatever. It's the same thing that we talk about. But I don't know. There wasn't enough coming out, and it was tough to get together with the guys. So I don't know. We'll
is there anything that you currently have on pre-order that you're excited to get in 1/6 was?
Yeah, a lot. The Han Solo from Return of the Jedi is coming out pretty soon. The Chewbacca from Empire is coming out pretty soon. With the
battle damage Darth Vader looks amazing.
The battle damage Darth Vader is cool. Yeah, I got a lot. Andor, that won't be out for a while, but yeah, I'm still getting those.
How many of those, Trevor, are you doing? Because I still follow that stuff, but I know like in art and all that, how they've stepped up their game.
In art, man.
Yeah, some really cool stuff.
Yep. Yeah, that Thorin Oakenshield looks incredible. Got to pick that up. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Cool. So I'm still doing it. It's just I don't know.
Gotcha.
Didn't feel like talking about it.
All right. Blake, what you got going on? I know you've been hitting a lot of the YouTubes. What you got?
Yeah, I've got I'm going to work a little bit more on the collector room. I'm fine tuning it. So I'm starting to finally see some headway in there and get some more things lined up for to sell. And then catch me Sunday with Brick. It's Brick and Blake, 3:45 Pacific time. We're going to be talking toys and having a blast hanging with my West Coast.
Probably going to go into shooting the shelf time, huh? You're going to be competing?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but I'll jump over when I get done. I will
go head to head. That's cool. No, that's all right. We can go head to head.
Yeah. Curtis never does that.
I was
to his own show.
Wait, what are you going to be on?
He's going to be on Brick something.
Brick something.
Okay. Yeah.
A needless ephemera.
William asked if the Chewbacca has rooted hair.
It's not exactly rooted hair, but it does have like kind of a it's
fur coat.
Yeah, it is kind of a suit over it. It's just sewed hair. It's hard to explain. It looks great. I mean,
is it better than the first release?
It looks really, really good. No, yeah, they nailed the face now. Yeah.
Nice.
It's really good.
Chewy.
Cool. Joe, what you got going on?
Hopefully Oz is feeling better tomorrow and he'll do the clubhouse. I don't know if I'm going to make it to this one. Got some family stuff going on, but if I can, I'll be there.
Okay. So. Cool. And then D&D Monday, we think?
No, we will, but I think it's the test.
Oh,
one,
it's the test. Oh, gotcha. The role play. Okay.
So nobody will see it.
So not Gradix Quest.
There is no Gradix Quest, so yes, that is
There's about to be.
accurate. There's
about to
no
be.
such thing as Gradix Quest.
There's about to be. I'm in talks with Jesse. Jesse's planning on running a Gradix Quest prequel. So
that has nothing to do with me. I'm boycotting it. I'll be on Outer
Not canon.
Dimensions. I'll be on Outer Dimensions while Gradix Quest is on.
All right, Dusty, what you got going on? Getting ready to cut a promo and put Stephen Bukkake in his grave.
Yep. Yeah, I gotta look at Trevor giggling over there. I gotta film a promo Sunday and get that done before it gets too stale. What Stephen tried to do, so I gotta really.
That does look nice.
Ooh, that one is nice. Wow.
Does he come with the C3PO parts?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's awesome.
That's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, I like that.
I love 1/6. I just really do. But just between room and decisions and money, I had to make a decision.
I mean, it's no Star Trek, but it's still pretty cool. So, yeah. Oh, what's he getting? What's he reaching for?
That and just working on some little legions.
Very nice.
Oh, nice.
Very nice. I mean, it's no Next Gen or Voyager, but it's still pretty good. So,
I have some Next Gens too.
All right. For me, well, tomorrow morning I'll be waking up, and I do have a recording tomorrow morning for another How'd They Do That, which those drop every Monday, by the way. This Monday I've got Corey Schwarzenhofer this Monday, but those drop every Monday, just kind of talking to a different artist in the community about what they do. I will be watching Double Jointed tomorrow because it's the best show on YouTube. Tomorrow night I'll be on PGG. They're going live from the Maryland Toy Expo. I think they're going to have the Wolf King. They'll have some Jesse, some Joe Vassapolo, maybe some Cookie. So a lot of folks on there tomorrow night. Hopefully jumping on with Oz, like Joe said. And then Sunday we've got Dub 3 on Shooting the Shelf. So that'll be fun. Cool. And then this week I'll be traveling. So try to do some travel toy stuff. Hopefully I can catch something cool. And I dropped a video today about just some painting tools that I think, I found it helpful. Maybe some folks will find it helpful. And then I should have another exploded figure review. I've already recorded it. I've just got to edit it and throw it together for Scally Bone Splitter. So that should be dropping here within the next couple days. So
that's a great
figure. And then in the midst of all that, try to do some painting, So and I've got a project going on. I mentioned it over on the other channel, but it was like shouting in the woods. Nobody fucking heard it.
Nobody watched that.
but I am going to be installing a pegboard this weekend to hang up my extra Legions figures. So they've been, I got this wardrobe and I piled a bunch of them in the wardrobe, but not everything fit. And then everything was just kind of like stacked and there's like rows and I couldn't find stuff. And then I've got other boxes on the floor full of Legions. And I was like, you know what? I just want to get a pegboard, put some pegs on it and hang them like I was shopping in a store. So if I go to do a custom and I go, I need a figure, I can go over to the pegboard and I can shop just like I would at a store, find what I need and pull it off the peg and use it.
Doing some pegging this weekend. That's nice.
Yeah, definitely going to do some pegging. I think Darla's going to help me.
Well,
I'm sure.
Yeah, I made sure to get the 12-inch pegs. They've got like 4-inch all the way to 12-inch. And the 12-inch, you can just do a lot more with the 12-inch ones,
Yeah.
A lot of figures can ride.
Get a little
on
grease
12
too. They go in a little bit easier with a little bit of grease.
And for anybody that's never priced it, like a 4 foot by 8 foot pegboard, it's like $25 at like Home Depot. So I mean, super cheap. You can get the pegs. They have pegs on Amazon. You can get like 100 of them for like $35. And next thing you know, you've got a whole fucking wall that you can hang figures on.
All you got to do is frame it out a little bit so you can get the.
Are you putting like
that works great?
Yeah.
What's that, Trevor?
Are you putting multiples on one hook? On one hook?
Yeah,
One
I'm planning on. I've got certain figures that I've got multiples of that figure, so that'll definitely go on one hook. And then ones that I don't, I'll try to keep like things together, like skeletons or knights or whatever, so that it's whatever. Try to organize it the best way that I can. So
just don't forget to frame out your peg.
But like with my Elijahs, like I got 15 Elijahs or something. So those will go together and stuff like that. So
you're just getting your inventory out of the box and up on the wall, so you can be more aware of it.
Yeah, just a little bit easier to get it when I need it, and I don't have all these boxes surrounding my area where I'm trying to paint and stuff. Like I always feel like if I have too much clutter around me, I can't do stuff. I can't paint. I can't customize. I can't film anything because I just don't want to even be in that area if it's too cluttered around me. So I'm just trying to get some of the clutter organized and up. And then, I always like walking into a store and seeing just like, pegs of stuff and just, like, I just think it'd be cool to see the Legions. Like, I'm not an inbox collector, but I just think seeing them up on a peg and seeing like the figures like that, I think would just be a cool thing. So it'd be like going to
them and like,
like going to a toy show, like where Travis is at, and you see like his display and he's got, all of the stuff laid out, and you're like, you go through it and you're like, oh, Lord Dragul. Well, I've got a Lord Dragul upstairs, but I don't know. You just see it on a peg and it's like, oh, it'd
be a lot easier to find stuff. I have all my extra figures on shelves, and it's like I got to pull out each row.
Yeah, that's basically what I got now. So I open my wardrobe and I've got like a stack, like, I don't know, 15 high, and then there's 2 other rows behind that. So if I need something from the 3rd row that's at the bottom, I got to pull out like 50 figures to get to it. So it's just not conducive. So anyways, I'll be doing some pegging, long and the short of it. So
it's better be doing the pegging than receiving the pegging.
Hey, I want to shout out the Euro Legions boys. Rich, our favorite artist, Richard Jones, has a new show called Rich's Randoms.
Yeah.
And, yeah, Chris James on there, and it was a good episode. It was fun.
It was fun. I gotta
here we go.
I gotta say I missed the invite. They said something.
Oh, I got one.
They said something about some Patreon members and stuff. And last I checked, they created a Patreon tier specifically for me. I'm at the highest level. Nobody else can have it. There's only one spot. It's the $20 a month. I think it's the inevitable tier. I'm the only one in that tier. And I would just think, I'm not saying I could be the first one, but I would think in that group of people that gets a message, I would think I would be one of those people. But
I think what I heard was that they had heard you were going to be on Outer Dimensions and that you weren't going to have enough time.
That was probably it.
That must be it. Yeah.
That tracks.
I mean, listen,
nobody has supported now. So.
Nobody has supported Rich's art more than me. I bought a damn comforter that's on my bed that Darla and I sleep under every night with Richard's art on it.
Can't argue with. Wow, you guys actually use that every
night.
We
100% use that every night and sleep under Rich's art.
Oh, that's cool.
And I am the inevitable tier. So, I mean, I'm just saying, like a phone call, maybe even a message, would be nice. But yes, you're a Legion.
The fact that you used that comforter, I think that meant like a gold invitation at that point.
I think he had a birthday not too long ago, like maybe what was it, a week ago or 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And Darla took a picture of it and sent it to him for his birthday. It was like, just want to remind you, we still sleep under your art every night. So, yeah. William says that was a good Curtis the Tool video. That was
good, Curtis the Tool vid.
Man, I can't fucking read. Thank you. I appreciate that. So all right, well, that is it, folks. Appreciate you joining. We did mention it earlier in this week on a couple kind of impromptu things that we did, but Joe and I are going to be doing some Star Trek stuff. So if you care about Star Trek, tune in for that. The next one we're going to do, we're watching First Contact right now, the movie, and we will be discussing that here within the next week or so. So
I think it's going to be a good time. I'm
Should be
looking
fun.
forward to it. Hell yeah.
It'll be fun. Joe, do you want to end it, or you want me to end it, or are you done with the controls? Would it?
No, you're back, man. Just
I'm
do
back.
do
All right.
do your thing, man.
All right. Well, until next time, folks, we will see you on the Off World. Thanks a lot.
Peace out.